I haven't run any checks, so I don't know.
We're just discussing for anybody who doesn't show up, they don't get any of the treasure, I guess.
I like it. That's a great plan.
I don't think we got that much to divide, do we really?
We got a little bit, man.
Yeah, we got a little bit. I'm
Bit,
hoping I
man.
can find my way into some better armor, but
Well, that's what I was wondering. I kind of watched the stream from last time. I was listening at the time, but what was up with that guy's full plate armor? I thought you'd be all over that priest full plate.
Unfortunately, it was a girl's full plate. I asked about it. Won't fit. Not magic. It was magic, it would have resized, but it was a lady.
Yeah, I think not only that, it's all like iconography of Hextor, so I don't know if he would have liked that or not.
It'll buff right out. Come on, we'll buff that right out.
I got some spray paint.
We can find a dwarf here. He'll buff that right out for you.
Exactly.
Yeah, there's plenty of them up in the mines.
I'm gonna go ahead and kick off the start music. It's still gonna take a little bit for me to get situated here, but at least we can get kicked off here. It'll take a little bit for me to get situated here, but at least we can get kicked off here. It'll take a little bit for me to get situated here, but at least we can get kicked off here. Somebody needs to mute.
I was trying to find it. I was trying to find the mute button.
Knew it was you. Always the wizard.
Oh yeah, Hub said his internet had crashed. We'll probably be in a couple minutes.
That's all right. We'll be all right.
I know who opens every door and chest then.
And here we are, sort of, kind of. Hello, everybody. Welcome to tonight's episode of Agora Quest, our Age of Worms first edition. Holding on. I'm holding. Who's holding? What do we need?
There we go. I got it.
Are we all right? Are we sure?
Yes.
All right. Anyway, before the wizard so rudely interrupted me, he's been talking about casting Fireball. I think that's what he just wanted to get in there. But anyway, welcome everybody to tonight's show. I am Sean, your host. I am running behind. I am not 100% set yet, but I'm getting there. I got in just under the wire to join Discord, and now I'm trying to finagle my way into getting this stuff all set. I had to, it's like the stream information when we originally started was still showing Savage Tide and some other such nonsense. So I'm getting that kind of cleaned up right now. So if you would Give me uno momento. This is episode 22 already. Oh my goodness, guys. Where has the time gone? But if you're new here, welcome, old hands, welcome back. Don't forget, as you watch the stream, you can trade your tokens in. And by that, I mean, if you're new and you've never done Twitch before, which I find that hard to believe because most of the people that we have coming to see our stream are the recurring customers who just can't get enough of a train wreck. They just have to come by every week and see what's going to happen next. Be it players can't hit anything or interwebs issues or whatever the case may be. But we welcome, whatever the reason that brings you here, we welcome you. But as I said, as you watch the stream, you earn tokens. You can trade those tokens in by clicking the little gold coin under the chat box on the stream. And that'll pop open a window. You can trade those tokens in for Nat 1s or Nat 20s. Just let us know who it's for, what player that you would like to give it to, or obviously your humble DM. I am always willing to take those off your hands. If you would like to help support the stream as well, for every 100 bits that you cheer, you can grant a +1 to your player of choice or your humble DM. Now, the Nat 1s and Nat 20s are only good for the stream that they're donated. Yes, Tritherian will reward you. Bowman, in particular, could really use some Nat 20s. Just saying, I should say Renoir, could really use some Nat 20s because that man surely, and his number one phrase of the game thus far is, surely Tritherian would not allow me to miss 10 times in a row. And there we go. So, looks like we got an ad break that I forgot to stop, but that's all right. It's only a minute and a half. So anyway, for every 100 bits you cheer, you can give a +1 to your favorite player. That does last from stream to stream. And as it happens right now, Biamba has +1, Hub has +1, and Mulgar has +2. Nobody else has any bonuses available. Nobody has any Nat 1s or Nat 20s. I think Renoir left last week or last session with a Nat 20 that was left over from the previous stream. Or at the end of the stream, I mean, he had a Nat 20 left. So
I think I actually did use it.
Did you? I thought you had 2, but regardless, right now, as it stands, nobody has anything because we're losers with the big fat L on our foreheads. So yeah, we would definitely appreciate anything that you guys want to drop. As a matter of fact, it got so bad last session, we had to let our very own Mulgar drop some Nat 20s on people because he just wasn't in the game, but he happened to be listening in. And I was feeling sorry for the folks, and I allowed him to dump some of his coinage upon his own game, which I normally don't do. Normally, if you're in the game, I don't allow you to. Normally, if you're in the game, I do not allow you to drop 20s on each other. But regardless, they made it through last session. So if you have any tokens available that you want to trade in, they could definitely use those. If you want to help support stream, obviously, for every 100 bits you cheer, it gives a +1. If you want to really help support stream, obviously, subscriptions are always a great thing. We appreciate those. You can do it through your Amazon Prime account if you've got one. They allow you to, as part of your subscription, you can subscribe to a channel here on Twitch. But also we have a tip jar. So if you're not one of those people that likes the subscriptions or trying to keep track of all your subscriptions and you want to do a one-time donation, go to our homepage, twitch.tv/Agora Quest, if you're watching this on YouTube or wherever. And you can go there. We have a tip jar, and you can donate all kinds of things or whatever. But the best part about that is instead of Twitch taking 50% of the cut, hey, Snake, what is up, brother? Look at you. How are you doing, man? And Bowman, appreciate that, man. I have definitely appreciate that subscription. Anyway, you hit the tip jar, and the best part about it is Twitch doesn't get half the funds. So when you subscribe or whatever, Twitch takes half of that, and then they hold on to payment until you reach a certain level. I think it was like $50 or something, and then they will cut you check digitally and it'll go into your bank account or PayPal, whatever you got set up. But if you use a tip jar, all of that money goes right to the content provider minus whatever the credit card processor happens to charge, or PayPal, whatever they charge as a processing fee. It's like 1% or whatever the case may be, but it's still not 50%. And I have gotten several donations that way, and it has been great. Allowed myself to buy a stream deck. For those that have followed my 5e game, the guy that used to play Nilo, Jacob, he donated some funds one year for Christmas and whatnot. So yeah, man, it is a great way to go. And I'm not just saying for us, as obviously we would appreciate it, but whatever content provider that you like here on Twitch, that's, if they got a tip jar, that's definitely the way to go, I think. So anyway, if you have been with us for a while, you know that our party has been investigating what's going on in Diamond Lake and the things that have been going weird and strange throughout the area. Most recently, they were tasked by the local hedge wizard to go check out and see what was happening in the underneath the Dourstone Mines. And so, going to check that out, they discovered that there was a trio of cults beneath the city, or beneath the town of Diamond Lake. And the Dourstone Mines in particular are run by one Rangelin Dourstone, a dwarf who has been relatively new to the region, but he's made a pretty big splash in buying up a lot of different mines and forcing miners out of business and whatnot. So the party, in the course of their investigations, it led them to the Dourstone Mines. Having spoken with some of the miners to figure out what's going on, they snuck into the mines, went down below, bluffed their way past a set of tiefling guards, and began investigating, as I said, what are apparently 3 different cults going on beneath the city. These cults are part of or are the makeup of a group known as the Ebon Triad, and the Ebon Triad is essentially 3 separate cults trying to come together to form one uber god based on aspects of their all individual gods. One of those gods is Irithnal, the god of death. One is Vecna, whom everybody knows, and the other is Hextor, who is kind of like their god of war, only a little more violent than like the Roman gods and what you may be used to. And so down below, they did some investigation. They went into the halls of Vecna, spent some time in there. Spookiness abounded. They escaped there, and of course they discussed the better part of valor, because they were beat up and they were kind of down on their resources, and so they made the wise decision to not go back up and let's go take on another cult. And so they went to the Temple of Hextor, where they did have more success, but in the end, they were beaten down pretty badly. But fortunately, they had taken out enough of the bad guys that they were able to escape unscathed. And so they have returned to the surface world, where they then went to their home and immediately collapsed on the floor and began their recuperative efforts. And that, my friends, is where we stand today. Our party is back in their house, which they earned, at least temporarily, by cleaning it out. They were told that they were able to hang out there. They healed, and better, they managed to level up. So Snake gives a nat 20 to our very own Mulgar, welcoming him back. Because Mulgar's the other one. Mulgar's the other one that can't hit shit. So hopefully that nat 20 will allow him to hit something on there. So let me document that really quickly. You guys hear me talking still, I hope?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
All right, cool, because I didn't hear anything. I just want to make sure that I'm like, damn, I'm talking to myself. All right, cool. So Mulgar has nat 20. Thanks for that, Snake. Appreciate you. So, players, I know that you just got back, Mulgar. So, and I know you said you watched the stream, but I want to give you that opportunity. Do you have any questions? Usually, when I watch the follow up of the stream, I watch it at like 2 times speed, so I sound like Mickey Mouse when I'm talking. But I don't know if you watched the whole thing or just kind of sped through it. But do you have any questions about what went on last session or anything?
No. The only question I had was about that full plate armor. Why we didn't take it? But I guess it wasn't the right size. I was thinking we could buff out whatever issues we have. But that's if we go back, we can just deal with that. And then no, I don't have any other questions. I think we're good.
All right. So
Yeah,
then,
the other issue was too heavy to take and sell too, I believe.
yeah, there was we have to remember that a lot of that stuff is pretty heavy. And so when we return, we are going to motivate ourselves to the next day. It is currently the 18th day of readying. I'm going to push us ahead a day here. And it is God's Day, the 18th day of readying, common year 595. It is roughly 7 a.m. when you all awaken. Most of you, I believe, are at full health. Yeah, looks like Renoir is not, but you know what? We are going to make Renoir back up to his max of 33.
Yeah, I'm down 2.
Are you? It says you're at 38.
Yeah.
Oh, you should be 40.
Yeah, 38 of 40. I leveled.
Yep, my bad. Okay. All right. Make sure everybody is maxed. Sure if Hub is down 2 as well, so let's go ahead and bump him. I just want to give us all kind of a fresh start at the level because we have much to decide tonight. So, it is the following morning when you guys awaken, battered and bruised, but none the worse from where, as you have escaped the dungeons beneath the Dourstone Mine. You can still picture in your mind the evil creatures and the evil cult members, the undead, which are currently swarming beneath your very feet. You left, unfortunately, before your business could be completed. So today begs the question, where to now? As you hear already in the early morning the pattering of a light rain as it hits the rotted wood trusses on your upper floor. You can see drips of water from the middle of the ceiling as it drops down onto the wooden floor below where you guys all are, reminding you that while this is a place with which you can hold up and call a base of operations, it still is sorely lacking in any kind of repairs. I believe we spoke earlier that it's probably going to cost at least a couple hundred gold just to furnish it. Probably almost a like amount, or maybe half that, maybe about 100 gold to sort of fix the holes in the roof and all the other stuff. As you recall, there was a flock of sturges and a rather large snake holed up in your attic. There were rats and spiders in the basement, which you cleared out.
Sean, just so I'm clear, like if we fix it up, it's not our place, though, right? So we just are staying here. We don't own it.
As of what Allustan said, this was an abandoned place, and he procured it so that you guys could have it as long as you want.
Oh, okay.
So there's no rent that you're paying. It was just sort of you clean it out, you fix it up. Possession's 9/10 of the law.
All right, fair enough.
Do we have like an accounting?
They have very loose squatter laws in this town. So you were saying, Bowman?
Yeah, do we have an accounting of what treasure we have and what things we think are magical to kind of divvy out and try to figure out?
In a sense, that's what I wanted to start tonight, and hopefully it won't be too boring for you guys, but you do have a lot of things that need to be identified and that need to be sorted just in a general sense. You did a detect magic, and I did give you guys a listing of items that were magic. Let me go. So, Yep. As we look in the log, you can see that there is literally a bunch of items. I'm not 100% sure what everybody may have taken. But let's see. You've got a well-made shield with steel banded with Greyhawk heraldry. That went to Mulgar. And you guys discovered that to be magical.
Was the cloak that we found with that magical?
No, the cloak was not magical. The shield was magic. You discovered that the chainmail that Mulgar is wearing is magic. You guys did get Modred got a spell book, and we gave the spells what they were. So that's going to take some time for him to scribe those spells into his spell book. Let's see. You found some garnets and some gold. You got some Greek fire, some acid. I think there were 3 brass sacrificial daggers. I know Modri got one of the daggers, but and let's see. Renoir got a heavy flail off of one of those guys. There, Modred, you guys picked up a wand last session. The one of the Hexterite fighters, the girl that you guys got that you were talking about the armor, she had a wand that appeared to be healing her comrade, and when she fell, Modred grabbed that wand. So you guys have that as well. That was again detected as magic, obviously. So yeah, you guys did that detect magic, and Modred found all these magic things, but nothing's been technically identified as to what it is.
Is my memory correct that the flail was magic as well?
Yes, the flail was magic as well.
No, which I don't think anybody's proficient in. Might be best to sell it, identify and sell.
Yeah. So yeah, you got a couple items that need to be identified. I don't know if you noticed in the Discord, Modred, but I did post one of the reasons that player characters don't usually do the identifying is because of what it does to the body. It like drains constitution and puts you on like bed rest depending on certain things and whatnot. So it is up to you if you guys want to, because you have the identify spell. You just have to get the pearl, I believe, and it takes 1 pearl per casting, and it takes 1 casting per item. So if you guys are going to try to identify all of the items, then you're going to have to get several 100 gold piece pearls, and Modred's probably going to be on bed rest for a month. So, but again, it's up to you guys what you want to prioritize as far as identifying, and if you want Modred to do it or you want to try to hire another wizard to do it, because wizards will do it, but it's rather expensive because, again, of what it costs. So I'll kind of give you guys the leeway to determine, what you want to try to do as far as identification of certain things.
Well, we've got 409 gold pieces in loose coins just from that little list of stuff that I had posted.
Right.
I mean, it was on there, the alchemy fire and all that was part of that.
Yeah.
I mean, how much is it going to cost for us to get them identified? We can use the pearls as collateral or whatever. I mean,
right.
Not collateral, but we can say, look, we'll provide the pearl for 2 of them.
Right. So probably the best bet would be to talk to Allustan to see. He's probably one of the more powerful individuals that is able to cast that spell here in town, or at least have it. So that would probably be a good place to start. And I lied to you, Renoir. The flail that you found is a heavy flail, but it did not detect as magical.
All right. Dang.
We were also supposed to detect my sword and figure out what the plus was for that.
Yes.
Yeah, that was going to be one of the things I did. I was going to do, if I was casting, I was going to do the sword and the wand of magic missile, so I could use it. But I guess if everybody doesn't mind, let's go over to Allustan's house and tell him what we found below, and express our need if we're going to do anything more. We need to get this stuff identified to help us.
All right.
Yeah, let's go.
So before we get too far into it, what I want to do is do the mundane treasure real quick. I know this boring stuff and it probably should have taken care of in Discord, but we didn't. But we're getting to the point where we have all this treasure listed, but we never know, did anybody actually take it? So we're going to have to update the list. Like if you go back to 13 April, it's got all these items on there. 30 gold from the tieflings, a pair of boots from wherever, a half orc with 3 unused potions, right? Like who got what? So we need to make sure that we identify whatever one these items were and who got them, and then update the sheet to say this went to so and so, this went, so we can make sure that whatever you get goes on your sheet, and then we don't have to worry about it here, right? So we need to make sure that we start doing that before we just bail out every session. If there's treasure, we need to make sure that treasure gets given to whomever should be getting it, or if not, identify it or document it in the log for the party that we still need to split this up when we get back to town or whatever the case may be. So, like you've got the scribblings, possibly a key to a cipher. Oh, where'd we get that from? That was from, I think, one of the books or something that you found in Vecna's chamber, right? A note carving on the bunk bed underneath says he sees through the stone, etc. Stuff like that, right? So I just want to make sure who gets what. So I'm going to start. I'm going to go back to the 26th, and we've got probably let's just go through the list if you guys want. I've got it open up on so the channel can see. But the 23rd of March, we got a Vecna dagger, pouch with 5 gold, and all that, right? So I don't know how you guys want to split this stuff up.
Sean, I don't see your screen on the stream.
Oh yeah, my bad. I was just talking. I didn't move it over to this one. Yep.
Okay, Biamba's got a Vecna dagger, it says.
Yep, I know Biamba went to that. So 5 gold plus 6 garnets. So each person can have a garnet, and that would leave 1 garnet left over. Again, we could make a party treasure, right? We can, but we just need to make sure that we have a page, a separate page, like maybe at the top. We create a page or something, Biamba, just create a page at the top that says party treasure. And then anything that doesn't go to a specific person goes there. And we need to make sure that that gets divvied up later, right? So again, I don't know the best way to do this, but I just don't want to sit there and carry on and we've got all this stuff. And then 6 months from now, we're looking back saying, oh, what do we do with this? Or what do we do with that?
I think for tonight, we just split up the coin because that's easy, and then everything else we can maybe put in a sell pile and then immediately just go sell it and split up the coin.
Okay.
I think in the future, I think when we get stuff, I think we actually have to put it on the sheets. Otherwise, we're going to lose track of who's got what.
All right.
And who can carry what, for that matter.
All right. You with me now, Biam?
Sort of, kind of. I don't know where to put this.
Okay, so here's what we'll do. So here's what we'll do. I'm going to create
I thought
another.
this was the list, yeah.
It is, but I'm just saying it's, I know this is for the party, but the thing is now we've got party for the 23rd, party for the 13th, party for 30 March, party for 27 April. Yeah, it's weird that 30 March is out of, it's.
That was the game I missed.
Oh, yeah.
Guys, nobody else did it, so.
Yep, you're right. All right, so like I said, what we'll do is we'll start on the 23rd of March. We'll do the 23rd, the 30th, 13th April, and then what we'll do is if you just copy everything from the 23rd of March, the 30th of March, and the 13th of April, just copy everything and put it all on the 27th. So that way we're working off one sheet.
All right, I'll start doing that, I guess.
Yeah, so go ahead and do that. And then once that's updated, we will go to the 27th page and then we'll see everything and then kind of add it up coin-wise, divvy up the coins, and then we can work tonight on just selling whatever you want to sell. And once everything is sold at the end of the night, whatever is left on there, we can divvy it up before we all go to bed.
Son of a bit. It doesn't let me do like a bulk copy.
Really?
There's no copy paste.
Oh yes. So here. Let me do it then. I'm sure I can do it. So let me go to the 23rd. Edit.
Hey, moving forward for the party treasure, I would suggest that you would have at the top of it somewhere, gold pieces, platinum pieces, across the top, and then list up underneath it if we get 200 gold pieces, just stick it in the 200 gold pieces column and keep going. That way we can just add it up at some point when we do divide it. It would be a lot easier than going through the list.
Like I said,
it would actually, because then I've got to create that at the top of the list for each game, and then try to search. I have to edit the freaking list every single time we get into the document.
Can we insert a spreadsheet in the Discord server? Will that work?
We might.
Can you do that?
Might be able to.
Because I can make a party treasure spreadsheet and try to keep up with it that way.
So let's see, it's 13th. And then this one. Save. 7, edit. All right, so I've got everything saved for this. And so while let's do this. While we are going through Deglin or Biamba, if you don't mind, kind of try to collapse things, like find all the gold and then add it all up and put one gold entry. Any gems, put all the gems in one section. So we have, this gem, this gem, this gem, this gem. And then everything else. Like, I was trying to see those boots. I don't think those boots were magical. I'll have to go back and look at the list of the treasure, but I'm pretty sure the boots weren't magical. And this is what killed me. I usually watch the stream again so I can kind of catch up where we were. But this week I haven't had time to. It's been nonstop between family stuff and work. So hub is not going to be able to. It's just flashing, unplug, nothing. Bummer.
If you right click on the journal, you can export it into JSON, and then you can copy paste out of it.
That'd be cool. But we'll work about that. So anyway, if Biamba, if you want to work on consolidating that down, and then before we leave tonight, we will make sure that everything that is listed on there is divvied up to wherever it needs to go. And then our next session next week, we'll be able to make sure that our party treasure, because there might be more treasure tonight. You don't know. Don't know what you guys are going to be doing tonight, but at a minimum, I know that you guys just said you're going to Allustan. So that being said, as we move into tonight's game proper, hopefully I'm on the right one. Yes, I am. Sweet. All right. So, oh yay, another ad break. Man, it's a lot of ad breaks already. So, as you guys awaken, as I said, you can hear the pattering of rain coming down. It is not a torrential downpour, but a typical spring rain in the morning. But as I said, you can see in a couple of places where the walls meeting the ceiling are damp, as giving indication that there's leaks in the roof that have dripped down and leaked through the floor above into the ceiling here. Occasional drip comes from the ceiling down to the floor here with a little bloop, bloop, bloop. But the place is relatively warm, relatively dry, with a fire going. You feel the aches, as I said, from your recent encounters down below in Dourstone. The one thing that does definitely weigh heavily this morning is the fact that whatever is down there is probably still down there. And now they know that somebody knows that they're down there. So that is another aspect of this investigation that you are now going to have to take into account. But be that as it may, as explained, the casting of detect magic over the pile of items that you return with did indicate that there were items that were magical, including the sword carried by Biamba, including the wand, the two wands really, the wand that you retrieved from the Kenku sorcerer, and the other wand that you retrieved from the Hexerite soldier girl in the plate mail between her and her companion. It's obviously some sort of a healing wand, as she was casting it and his wounds were healing right before your very eyes. So you do have that both in the clutches of Modred of the Amethyst Order. So, what is it that we want to do this morning now?
Go to Alistair's house and talk to him.
Anybody else have anything that they are going to do?
Oh, I thought we were all going there. If not, I got some chores to do. But
no, that's this is sort of however you guys want to play it, however you want to do it. You just need to let me know if you all want to go together, if you want to go different places individually. That is completely and totally up to you.
You know what? I'll let them go talk to Allister. I want to go to the store. I'm getting a new weapon and I want to buy a spear.
You mean Allustan?
Allustan, Allister, I don't know. I'm a ranger. I don't really care about these
You need to
magic
stop
people.
listening to the magic user. He doesn't know how to
Yeah,
pronounce
that's kind
anybody's
of
name.
contagious, man. That's my quirk.
I love it, man. I love it. It's like everybody's like, what did he call him? That sounds good to me.
Yeah,
Mulgar's just annoyed you guys keep making me go into these dungeons. I'm a forest elf. I don't want to be in dungeons and mines.
I'll go with you. I was actually going to get some weapons too, and sell this stupid foil.
Yeah.
So,
Why don't the mage go talk to the mage? Tell him what's going on.
as you come out into the rain, it is cool today, overcast, reminding you that spring is coming, but winter is holding on for dear life. You all feel that you have grown in your wisdom and your knowledge of your own abilities. However, you also know that in order to maintain and be proficient with the abilities that the gods have blessed you with, it does require a little bit of work. And so it's going to be at least another couple of days as you guys practice and study and go through whatever minimal training that you have to do in order to fully flesh out and feel comfortable in these new skills that you've been learning along the way. And that's just my way of saying there's going to be at least 2 to 3 days of downtime whilst you guys are leveling, if you will, training, so to speak. I just don't require you to spend all this money and stuff to train and stuff, but it does require you a few days of practice. You're practicing new sword abilities. You're going through the new spells in your mind and you're practicing casting them. Your prayers to Tritherion, a little more intense and a little more in tune with what your dogma requires, stuff like that. As I said, it's going to be at least a couple of days downtime here while you guys are doing that. So kind of plan accordingly on what you want to cover and go through. We will begin with Renoir and and Modred heading down to Allustan's house to discuss with him what you have found going on below. Hub, being the ever faithful companion that he is going to follow along and join you. He doesn't just walk across people's yards, though. He's going to follow the road as you guys make your way back down the hills into the neighborhood. Then he's going to cut across the backyard, but he's not going to have to go the whole way. Few minutes as you work your way down.
That's a lawful good cleric right there.
Ah.
I love it.
Can't have that.
Yep.
Chaotic.
Let's see. Where are we? Looking to see. Why does it not have? Oh, there it is. Yes. So you arrive once again at a well-known place, that being Allustan's home. It is relatively early in the morning, although it's not quite as early as it was, as you probably a little after 9 o'clock, you guys arrive at his home. The rain continues to drizzle, soaking your clothing and your hair. But after a short wait, the door opens, and there, stepping away and allowing you entry, is the ever-present unseen servant. The door closes behind you as the warmth from inside and the dryness from inside cause a slight shiver, and you are greeted by a dressed in his robes still Allustan, as he has his morning robes on. He doesn't even look like he is fully awake, as his eyes are a little bit red, indicating that he was, like many other wizards of his ilk, are spending the night studying various texts and various lore. As he greets you in, brings you in to seat. So, my friends, what have you found? Your companions okay, or why are there only two of you?
Well, they're all, doing what they do to prepare for another delve back into the mines. There's a temple below those mines dedicated to 3 different deities: Vecna, Hextor, and I, for the life of me, can't think of the other one.
Erythnal.
Do you remember? Erythnal.
As you say that, as his eyes go up and he goes, are you sure it's those 3? You're positive?
Pretty sure.
Vecna,
Yeah.
Hextor, and Erythnal, you're sure?
I pull out the Vecna, the sacrificial dagger that we got from the Vecna temple, and show him.
As he sort of takes it and looks. I can assure you, as he hands it back, I can assure you this has been used. Wait here. And he departs, comes back a few minutes later with a heavy tome, slams it on the table, flips through some pages, and he shows you a page, and at the top of the page you can see it basically starts with an accounting of the Ebon Triad, and you can see immediately under that some symbols and whatnot drawn, and you can see the symbol of a hand clutching an eye, a hand clutching 6 arrows, and a bloodied hand that you saw representing Erythnal. Are these the symbols that you saw?
Yes.
So,
and we may or may not have cleared out the Vecna and the Hextor temple, but we didn't get to the Erythril. We had to come out.
It is good that you made it out, for they are not to be trifled with.
Oh, I'm sure. I am sure.
I'm looking for. I just want to see. I was looking up. I didn't have a description of his symbol, but I thought. Yeah. So the symbol of Erythnal is actually literally like a drop of blood. Sometimes you see this demonic face, but there's always like a dripping blood associated with the symbol of Erythnal. So yeah, so it definitely reminds you of what you saw below, although you didn't actually see anything from the Erythnal one, but you definitely saw the symbol of Vecna on the door and the symbol of Hextor not only on the door but on all of the armor and iconography within. And so he sort of begins to describe, and this is something that you kind of had known or understood a little bit, but he's basically confirming it. The Ebon Triad began as factions from the 3 different deities long ago. Somehow some way their clerics interacted and they felt that they would be able to somehow combine the powers of their god into a single deity. And so this overgod, as they claim it to be, is their goal. And so it requires much sacrifice, much bloodletting, I am afraid, for this overgod is said to issue in what is known as the Age of Worms. It is the age of desolation and age of death and destruction, and this overgod is, to, in their mind, to be the herald of that age when all would be cast down and only those who serve the overgod will be left. So if this is what you saw below, then this is something that we must deal with, and deal with as much as possible.
This reminds me I read when I was in college of the incident that happened around Hamlet in the Battle of Emerald Meadows when they tried much the same thing with the Temple of Elemental Evil.
Yes, but we
can't let
the elementals, while potent and dangerous, Erithmal is a great god. Vecna is a powerful deity in his own right. Combining the three, Hextor is a mighty god of war. These are not, for lack of a better term, lowly elemental beings. These are gods of the highest order, and even a small aspect of them roaming free on the Flanness is nothing trifle, but to have all three of them combined into one would surely be the destruction of mankind as we know it. So whatever fledgling, beginning temples or rituals that they may have going on below, they must be stopped. And it is good that you dented them, but unfortunately you must finish what was started.
Do you trust the militia?
Men within the militia, I am sure, can be trusted. However, it is
Lord
well known. Yes.
Lord Dourstone, if he doesn't know exactly what's going on, he suspects and is complicit. I think he needs to be apprehended and questioned.
This may be, I will have to be very careful, as the politics of the mining community are tenuous at best. None of the miners trust any of the other, and I have no doubt that many of the senior leadership
You're busting
within
up, DM. I can't hear you.
Am I? How about now?
Yeah.
Am I busting up for everybody else?
No, I can hear you fine.
Okay.
That's crazy.
I think it's probably because you're a wizard and your hearing's going.
That might be the case.
That's what you get for casting fireball all the time.
Yes, sir.
No, but I feel that while the men of the militia are by and large good and true, the miners and the mine owners, I should say, they are very, very influential in this town, with not only the businesses and the mayor, but those of the militia as well. So I got
the impression, I'm sorry to interrupt you, man, I really am, but I got the impression that some of those dwarves are working in them mines against their will. Because we had a few that helped us get down and back up and back out. So
Dourstone is known for, how shall I put this? His lack of willingness to pay rightful pay. His means of gaining workers in the mines is to pull them from the jails to pay their sentence fees, therefore creating an indentured servitude that they are required to uphold, or they will be back in the jail. So of all of the miners and the mine owners who may have friends, let's say, within the militia and the garrison, it would be Dourstone, because his coffers help keep their cells empty, while at the same time paying the wages of those who work in the garrison. And so, while some of the other mine owners may be more acquiescing in aiding you in whatever, of all of them, Dourstone is the one that, if he is indeed involved, notifying the militia means notifying Dourstone and notifying Dourstone's henchmen. So you must tread very, very carefully where you go, my friend. But regardless, you must find a way to finish what you have started. For every day that you delay is an opportunity for those below to move their operations, or worse, replenish their operation. So I would, if I were you, I would return there as soon as you most possibly can. Certainly no more than a few days.
That being said, we've got some magic items that we need to get identified, because we're going to need all the help that we can get when we get down there. Mm-hmm. And I need to ask if you can do that for us. We can pay, but it may be trickling in as we come back up. We've got 2 pearls that we can benefit, contribute to the cause, and some minor other gems that might help facilitate and offset the cost.
The toll of identification on items of power is great, even for those who are experienced and knowledgeable in the use of such spellcraft. The giving of the pearl would be most beneficial. And yes, first of all, I do have the ability to identify items for you. I could do 1 per day, and I can, because you are presenting the pearl as part of the payment, the actual cost I will reduce by half. But that said, the cost will still be 500 gold pieces per item that you wish to have identified. Normally it is 1,000, but I will give you 50% off. And I'll tell you what, if you are able to finish your mission, I will reduce that by half. So it is only 250 gold per item.
Oh yeah, I mean, we'll need it to finish the mission for sure. So Moji says, "I'll be back," and he goes to collect all the stuff and bring it down and bring it back to Allustan. Mm-hmm. And I guess if he can only do one a day, I'm going to go ahead and get. Who is it? Biamba's sword? Is that the one that we got identified?
Yes.
Go ahead and get him to do that.
Yeah, but I almost think you might want to do the wands and the feather first. That's just my opinion. The sword, I know it's great to have, but it'll still hit stuff. I know it's good, but The wands and the feather to me, that's my opinion.
Yeah,
What's the feather? We got a magic feather.
Feather falling. I think it's feather
There's a
falling.
ring.
No, you got a feather. You guys got a ring, I believe.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
But you also
Yeah, I'm
found
holding
a
the ring, but
magical
the feather was magical.
Yes.
Okay. Well, look, out of game, the only feather magic item I can think of is Qual's feather token. And I can't remember if that's a real good item or not. So yeah, I guess we'll have that. Try to get that identified. And I'm murdering the names, but it's just the way it is.
Yeah, the shield.
No, I'm not trying to jump on you, but the sword, if it works, it works. But I mean, I would think the stuff we can't use, like the wands and stuff, is what we may need. But that's just my opinion. So
that's fine. So let's try to get what you guys. You think we should do the wand of magic missiles first, or the wand of healing?
They're both good.
yeah.
Heals are always good.
All right, we'll tell him to do the
longer.
Out of game, out of character. We'll have him identify the wand of healing first, and then the wand of magic missiles next. And then I guess we'll go back down on the third day. It takes 2 days to do all that.
Yeah. I just think we're going to need that stuff identified.
Well, I guess the other question is, do we have the money for it?
Well,
I'm sorry. I was talking to my wife. How much money is he going to charge?
$500 a piece.
Well, doesn't he owe us a ton for the owlbear baby?
Yes, it was 3,000 that he got you guys, but the money hasn't come in yet. But he did say that he got you guys 3,000 gold pieces for the owlbear baby.
Can he?
I would think he can IOU us.
Yeah, can he take the cost of that out of that before he gives it to us?
As he looks and he says, "What happens if you die when you are down there, my friend?"
Well, it's coming to your house anyway.
3,000.
Yes, but I would feel bad taking the money
from
the dead
3,000.
man. Okay, we have a deal.
Yeah, don't you feel bad about taking money from a dead man?
He's a good dude. He doesn't want to take money from a dead guy. He might want to go to your family or to your order or something. But we have an agreement. 500 gold pieces per item. For each item, I will reduce the 500 from the amount of money you have coming from the sale of this glorious owlbear, which is eating me out of house and home. And if you should happen to not make it back, then the full amount of the 3,000 gold piece sale shall be retained by myself, and I will buy you nice headstones.
Okay, that sounds like a plan. So
there was also three giant. Good.
Say what?
I was saying there was also 3 giant snake eggs that he was supposed to be selling for us.
I thought Biamba fried those.
No.
So, as you discuss with him, and so that means you can actually get a total of 6 items, but that's 1 per day because it takes so much out of him. And any other research that you need, he won't be able to do because of the fact that it takes
we need to get those items identified first and foremost. And while he's doing, I'm gonna go get all the magic items and bring them back to him.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna start scribing spells into my spell book.
All right. What is the cost going to be for you to scribe those spells into your spell book? I believe it's is it not? Did we not say it was 100 gold per level of the spell?
And I thought you said it was 50, but
50.
You might
Yes.
be right.
No. Well, I know that it was like 1 day per level, or no, is it? I forget. Is it an hour per level or something like that?
Yeah, an hour per level because it took like all day to do those few little spells.
Yeah.
It took like 3 days to do all those spells that I had last time.
Yep. So it's 1 hour per level, 50 gold pieces per level. So you need to calculate how many days or how many hours and how much gold it's going to cost you to do that as well. So,
well, I don't even know. You remember how many spells it was, DM? Because I don't remember.
It's on the party sheet. It is Burning Hands, Magic Missile, Color Spray, Ray of Enfeeblement, and Web. So
Where you see that at?
It's on the party treasure on the 27th of April. I copied everything onto the latest date, and it says 1 book with arcane inscriptions, and you see that it was a small troubling spell book that Modred got.
Okay, see, I don't need to do Magic Missile. I can pull that out and use it as a spell scroll because I've got that.
Yep.
But you said so that's 1, 2. I've got Ray of Enfeeblement 2. So that's 3 spells I need to scribe: Burning Hands, Color Spray, and Web.
Yeah, Web's a 2nd level spell, so that's
2 hours and 100 gold pieces, right?
That sounds about right. Yep.
So 1, 2, 4 hours and 200 gold pieces. Did I do my math right?
Sounds about right. And let's see, Magic Missile. Modred on his here.
Oh, and Modred would like to have the 3 flasks of alchemical fire if nobody objects. That way I at least have something to throw that will explode.
So you actually also, a ring that you're wearing, Modred, is magical. That was one that you got a long time ago, but that was never.
Yeah, let's go ahead and get that identified too, so I can reap the benefits.
All right, so we got 1, 2, the necklace, 3. Let's see, the ring. This is on Modred. So on Modred, he's got 1, 2, 3, 4 unidentified magic items. And Biamba has the 1 unidentified magic item. So that's 3, 4. I don't think Hub has any identified. Yep, Hub's got 1. His sword is unidentified. So that's 3, 4, 5.
Mulgar has a shield.
Yep, Mulgar actually has the shield and his armor, technically. Got those 2. Renoir. Oh, he does. Renoir, one of the flails I did. Yep, the flail you got is magical. So I take that back.
Oh, woohoo!
Yep, the flail is magical. So let's see. It was 3,005. So you can do 6 items, and that's like 8 items. So you're going to have to determine 2 items that are not going to be identified. Pick the 2.
Mulgar doesn't. I mean,
yeah.
Either a Mulgar, the chain or the shield. There's no sense in identifying it at this point. It's just kind of useless.
Right.
Yeah, the main.
So let's pull. Well, go ahead.
I was going to say the main reason to identify like the flail would be to sell it, to get the money to sell it.
You don't gain a new.
But you should have a magical weapon.
You don't gain a new proficiency at 4th level.
Well, I don't know. I should check that out. That's a good point.
No, we don't want to sell magical weapons at this point because there's been creatures that need a magical weapon to hit. And even if you're not proficient, at least you can damage it if you can hit it.
That's fair.
But look in to make sure you can't gain proficiency in a flail, because now would be the perfect time to gain proficiency.
I think he needs 1 more level. But either way, I would hold on to it.
Well, see, that's the thing. A magic user gets 1 proficiency every 5 levels, and I know a cleric's a little better than that.
Yeah, I get 1 proficiency every 4 levels, so I don't know what that means. I get.
So next level, you would get it.
No, he gets it at 4th level.
No, it's every 4. So if you get 1, you get them at 1st level.
No. You got those
4.
Right, you got those initial weapons that you start with, and then at 4th level you get another one because I get my proficiency at 5th level.
See, I thought you added that on, but I think that's a DM call because I think if you read the actual way it is, it's kind of a gray area.
We can make it ungray here real quick. So we go to our handy dandy player's guide and we go to the cleric.
Yeah, it's page 37. This is where it has the proficiency right at the top of the page.
Thank you, sir.
You're looking at the AD&D Player's Handbook or the other one?
First edition. So cleric gets initial of 2, and then once every 4 levels. So, added proficiency in weapons gives a number of additional weapons they can use with proficiency upon attaining the indicated number of levels above first. Thus, at 1st level, they can use 2. At 5th level, a cleric gets another for a total of 3, etc. And so the magic users, yours actually,
level 6.
Actually, yours is level 7. It says you get 1 at 1st level and then 1 every 6 levels after that.
Damn, I thought it was every 5 levels. Good night.
Every 5 is a druid. So, yeah, you were correct, Mulgar. So it's the next level that you guys get it. So, anyway.
Yeah, I've seen that ruled either way. Yep. So,
yeah, I really don't care, right? If we want to do it, we can do it but I don't want to bog down in that right now. So, we're going to get everything identified except Mulgar's 2 items because Mulgar's like, blah, who cares?
We also didn't throw in those potions that were the half-orc had.
Yeah. Let me go back.
I'm pretty sure those are human, but I don't know. That one guy was doing other stuff and getting all high and mighty.
Yes, he was. Let me see what he had left. And I'll
take a sip of each one.
I'll give you guys these. Actually, he used the one. Actually, did you get him from the half-orc or did you get him from the girl? Because he used the one potion.
I just wrote it down as you said it. You said half-orc, 3 potions on him.
Yeah, I think the half-orc took sips of 2 potions. One was invulnerability, I think, and then the other was something else.
Yep, you're right. And then he left the 2. Actually 3. So one of them is a potion of healing. One of them is a potion of superheroism.
Give that to Biamba.
And the third one is a potion of giant strength.
Can you use potions, Biamba?
You can use everything now.
Let me look. Hold on.
But yeah, did you get the
Yes, I can use yes. Hold on. So yes, I can use potions. So healing, superheroism,
and hill giant strength.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely Biamba.
Yes.
All right, so I am going to drag these onto the character sheets just so we have them already here. So really quick, I'm going to open up Biamba's character sheet. Biamba, you are getting a potion of superheroism and a potion of hill giant strength.
Biamba, these 2 potions make you extra strong. Extra Biamba.
Extra? What is extra?
Bigger, better Biamba.
All time or just short time?
Short time.
You drink that potion, you get the essence of the wolf. The strength and the cunning.
All right, and I also added a potion of healing onto your sheet, Biamba, so you should be good. All right. So make sure those are annotated on the sheet so we know that they've been given. All right. What else?
I'll just remove them. I'll just delete them.
Okay. Just for now, we can role play through all this next stuff, but I am going to just go ahead and do the identification of all the items right now, but just know that it's going to be a full 3 days before technically. So you guys won't actually know anything until the 21st of readying. That's when everything's been identified.
And that's when you said we could possibly start returning, right? That we'd have our training in and whatnot.
Yeah. So it kind of coincides. It kind
Okay,
of works.
perfect.
Kind of works.
Perfect
for you guys. So I'm just gonna go. I'm going through right now and identifying these for everybody, so we don't have to worry about it anymore. There is Modred's ring. And there is the Wand of Magic Missiles. Need to make sure that I've got the right number. And the Wand of Magic Missiles, if you want to write it down, it keeps it on the wand, but it has 28 charges left on the Wand of Magic Missiles.
Woo-hoo.
Yeah, because the damn guy kept hitting me with them.
Yeah. The wand is a wand of Cure Light Wounds, and it has 41 charges left on it.
Holy buckets.
And that is a clerical item.
Can anybody use that?
No.
Clerical item,
only
yeah.
for a cleric. So I'm going to drop that over onto Renoir's sheet, if that's okay with everybody.
Yes.
Yep. I'm good with it.
All right. So dropping that over.
How many charges did you say I had? 28?
Yes, the magic missiles has 20. And the wand itself, if you double click the wand and open it up and go to attributes, you will look and see how many uses have been used. You just subtract that from 100. Just don't mess with it. Just don't mess with it.
Okay.
And then, of course, the necklace of fireballs. But the only thing it has left is the big one.
I thought it had two
No.
little ones too.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
No, only one left was the big one. He had one small one and one big one, and he used one of the small ones on you guys and his own people.
Yeah.
It's only got the big one. All right, so that's everything on Modred's. I don't know if you want to pass any of those items around, but you're like the wand guy. All right, and let's see. Is anything on Renoir outside of?
Hey, Modred, which character kept needing the light? I'm gonna give that ever burning torch to either Biamba or the elf. I can't remember his name.
Mulgar.
Save my life.
I don't want light. I don't need light.
Wait a minute now. I just distinctly remember us fighting all kinds of ferrets and Kenku, and somebody couldn't see.
That was Biamba, I think.
It wasn't me.
It's either Biamba or Renoir, because those are the two humans that don't have special eyesight.
Okay, my bad. I give it to
Yeah, but you're better off keeping it, because Biamba has a shield and a weapon, so he can't hold the torch if we get in a fight. So if you don't mind holding it, it'd be better for you in the back to hold it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I've got the same problem because I'd probably be up front with the shield and the whatever weapon I have.
Well, for now, Modred can keep it, and anytime it needs to be passed around, we can just pass it around. It's not a big deal. All right, so that is everybody. The only thing that hasn't been identified yet then are the shield and the chain armor that our resident ranger is wearing. Other than that, everything else has been identified. And so thank you for splitting all that up, Biamba. Appreciate you. But let us try.
And thank you for keeping track of all that, Biamba.
Yeah.
Yes, thanks, sir.
Let us.
Did we find out how much coin we had to split up as well?
Yeah, he's got it on the sheet. You got 6 garnets worth 50 gold each, 2 diamonds at 100 gold each, 460 gold. A leatherworking kit. If somebody wants to keep it or sell it, you can get 25 gold for that. I'm going to call that now. We'll just do a split between what I said. We'll just call it 25. And the gold necklace, I'm going to say, is appraised at 200 gold.
All right, so maybe myself and our fellow ranger can just sell all this stuff when we're out shopping, or at least try.
Yeah.
Dim, how'd you say to look up how many charges was left on the wand? How'd you double click on what?
You actually have to ask the DM. That's the best way to ask.
Okay.
Nah, let me. If you, I'm gonna do this on the just so everybody can watch me. If you open your character sheet and you go to gear, and then you go down to the wand, and you click on the wand, it opens it up, and at the top you'll see there's two gears that say attributes. When you click on attributes, it'll show you the maximum. Like if you go down a little bit under charges, it says maximum 100 used, in this case 62. So 100 minus 62 is 28. Or 38, sorry. 38 charges. I'm an idiot. Math.
But where I don't see the gears.
So if you open up
I see it. Attributes. Dummy.
Yep.
All right.
And then
okay, maximum and use 62. Okay.
So it's got 38 left, not 28, because math is hard.
Yeah, it's okay. Okay, I get it now.
That's why we have math rocks.
Right at that.
Yeah, try helping a sixth grader with math.
Yeah.
And then talk to me about math being hard.
All right. All
right, let's go to the store.
We have bored the audience enough with our mundane stuff here. So Hub is going to he's not sure. I don't know what you are going to do, Modred, but as Hub looks at you, I'm going to go get something to drink. And he heads his way back down to the place where all of this started. And he heads to the feral dog to go get himself something to drink and stomp around a little bit. In the interim, Modred, any place that you want to go or anything that you're going to do before I switch over to give somebody else a turn since you've been hogging up all this time?
I'm sorry, y'all. Modred,
just stop. It's okay.
Modred is going to ask Allustan. He's going to, we've got that party treasure. It's like 400 and some odd gold pieces, I think.
Right.
He's gonna tell Allustan to have somebody come furnish the house, and then we'll pay him when it gets done.
So, just so we are clear, I am not a go-between for this town. I have much of my own business to attend to. Your best bet would be to go and speak with either Taggin at the general store, or perhaps Tidwode would know where you could procure furnishings from. Tidwode knows everybody in town, being the town banker and money lender. He would be able to tell you where you might want to get stuff. But yes, while I can certainly recommend where to do business and who to speak with, your best bet would be to go look through any items that might be available down at the general store, and I am quite sure that whatever you need furnishing wise, Taggit at the general store can get and provide for you.
Okay, I'll do that then, DM. I'll stop by the general store, tell him where we live and what we need, and try to facilitate that. Then I'll go back and start studying my spells.
Okay. All right. In the interim, as you guys depart Mulgar, where was it you said that you were going to go?
I need a spear, so I got to go to the store.
Okay. So
I need a spear too.
So there are a couple places where you guys can go. Obviously, the general store is mostly...
I want to go to the general store.
I was going to say, the general store sells the general stuff. When you guys were there before, they didn't really have much weapons, but they did have a couple of small spears, short spears. They also do knives and daggers and hatchets and stuff like that. But for the majority, if you're looking for true weapons, the Captain's Blade is an actual weapons store that deals with swords, even bows, halberds, things like that, right? So your best bet is to get a good spear is probably from the Captain's Blade, which is building 16 down here.
Okay, where do I think I can sell the garnets and the stuff like that? Is that the general store, or is that
the money lender? There's a money lender in town that is a place called Tidwode's.
Let's go there first. I'll go there first. I'll take care of this stuff real quick.
He charges a small conversion fee between gems and
charisma.
But yes, so Tidwode's is actually literally right next to the Church of St. Cuthbert, which is the largest temple in town. So Tidwode's, the moneylender, or the bank, is building 5. The Church of St. Cuthbert is building 4. And then across, that's literally like right across from the Feral Dog is across the...
Okay.
But anyway, so building 5 is Tidwode's.
Let me go to there first. Yeah, let me go to Tidwell's first, and I want to sell this stuff, and then I'll go to the Blade.
Okay. As you arrive early in the morning, the rain does nothing to lift your spirits with the cold chill, the dank dampness, and the stench of the smelting ore that permeates this town. It is not some place that endears itself to you, Mulgar, being someone who enjoys the outdoors. This is far, far from a place that you enjoy. And as you trudge...
Yeah, Mulgar's miserable. These people have put me in mines and dungeons and everything else. I'm an elf.
As you, and I don't even know where Biamba is on this map. Did he take off somewhere?
Nope, he's still at the house.
I'm looking. I see Dogatu there, but I don't see your token. I just wondered what the heck happened to you.
I'll be right back. I'm going AFK.
All right, sir.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't move him. That's the last place I left him, was right there at 32.
He morphed. He morphed.
He
morphed to the Dogatu.
Oh, that's what it was. I'm just going to look and see if for some reason you got moved on the map there. Okay, there's Hub. There's Renoir. There's Mulgar. All right. There's Dogatu. It's pretty weird. I thought I saw you. I thought I saw you.
I was there.
I was just saying,
I was there.
I know. I thought I saw you, your token moving away as everybody else was going.
He's been kidnapped.
Yep. I'm going to try to look on the map here because I can do a little thing that shows everybody's highlighted. The problem is, all right, so it still has him as Harumpus instead of Dogatu. That's funny. It's not like it's a big deal, but I was just like, where in the heck did he go? So I'm moving all over the map to see if maybe you got moved down.
Could he be under somebody? Or
that's what I was wondering, but he's not. So I'm just going to drag Biamba back on there. And
he's learned to turn invisible.
Yep, as it. Yeah. That's weird that I just don't know what the heck happened. Now there's probably 2 of them on the map, but that's okay. All right. So anyway, so you work your way. So what were you, Renoir, were you going with them? Or were you just there because something else was going on? Because I saw you were actually separate, and then you were like in building 1, which is the Salamandra's Emporium, which is kind of like the classic combination whorehouse, festival house.
Yeah, no, I was just moving down to where the area I knew we had to be
Okay,
at.
so the whole area here is slick with rain-soaked, muddy street, little rivulet streams working their way along the slopes that are formed from the deep ruts of the carts and whatnot that traverse this place routinely. People running up to the well, trying to get some well water and bringing it back to their respective domiciles. But you stamp your feet upon the wooden sidewalk built around the central plaza, and this structure that you go to enter, Tidwode's, is the local moneylender bank, if you will. It is one of the only structures that is completely made of stone. Every window and door is barred. Standing outside, there are two militia men bearing the symbols of station within the garrison here in Diamond Lake. The door opens, and inside it's, rather than an expected warmth, it's kind of cool inside as the stone sort of traps the coolness and has almost like being inside of a cave, where the caves kind of over a period of time settle out to an average temperature, no matter what the temperature is outside. Inside, it's kind of an average. That's very much what you get in here. There is a fireplace off to one side, but it has a miserly couple pieces of burning wood and coal upon it. There is a long bench, and sitting behind, up on a high stool, going through a ledger of some sort, you see a gnome, a grizzled old gnome, his white hair slicked back and hanging down past his shoulders. He has a very heavy handlebar mustache that kind of droops down below his jawline, and his beard is actually scruffy. It's not full or anything. And as he stands through, you can see he has a pair of bifocals on, and he's dipping his ink pen in the inkwell, and you hear the scratching noises of him writing in the ledger. As he looks up at the sound of the door opening and closing. Ooh, we do not get many elves in this place. You better not be here wasting my business time. What can I do for you?
I came here to do you a favor. I have a friend that's interested in these items, but I thought I'd give you a chance. And I walk over to him and I put the 6 garments and the gold necklace
as you set it
on
down,
his counter.
As you set it down, you can see him literally lick his lips. As he sort of looks. What is this? As he sort of puts his hands over it. It doesn't feel warm. This isn't hot, is it? You did not take this from someone whom it belongs rightfully to, and in the next half hour I'm going to have the garrison kicking down my door, asking me where these fenced goods are?
I go ahead and pick them up then. If this,
No,
friend...
No, I did not say I was not interested. I just want to gain a little assurance that I am not going to be having to sit on the other side of a judge's decision. The magistrate tells me
my name is Mulgar Stargazer, Ranger of the Realm. I have never stolen anything in my life, nor will I ever.
And I am Tidwode, proprietor of this establishment, nor have I ever stolen anything, but I want to make sure that I keep it that way. All you need do is answer. You not need get testy, or you can take your business elsewhere then.
How much will you give me for the 6 garnets and the gold necklace?
As he sets his ink pen down and reaches under the desk, and he comes out, and he has some sort of a tube that's like maybe an inch or so deep, but you can see it's got some sort of glass on one end. And he grabs the gem and he puts it up to puts the little tube thing up to his eye, and he looks at the gem, bringing it up really close. Yeah, looking back at you, is rather flawed. I could probably 20 gold maybe for this gem.
I cannot do 20 gold. Let's cut to the chase. I do not have a lot of time. 50 gold each for the gems, and they're yours.
As he goes, let me see this other one. Well, okay, this one seems to be a little better shape than the other one. So you wish cash payment, I assume? Gold coins, is that okay? Or are you
gold coins,
one of
yes.
those who have to have platinum coins? That's a little more rare.
Gold coins are fine.
So I can give you your 50 gold, but I will take my service charge out of them, a typical 10%. So while I give you 50 gold for each of your garnets, I must take 5 as a processing fee. So 45 is the best that I can do.
It's fine. And I show him the necklace and I say, how about 450 gold, the necklace, the gems, and we don't have to haggle anymore.
So you
total after your fees.
You have 6 garnets, right?
Yeah, so that's 300 if my math is right, and the necklace would be 500. So if he gives me 450, that's minus 10%.
So hang on. So so if we go 400. Oops. Yeah, that's what I was just looking at. So I was taking it off before, but it works the same way. So times 6, so that's 270 for the garnets and 180. And yep. As he looks, what is your charisma?
Oh, it's probably not great. Let me look.
You do have a bit of an attitude.
The reason why I'm not doing this.
I have a charisma of 10.
Okay, and so there's no percentage bonus on reaction adjustment.
No.
Okay.
No.
As he looks at you and says, "Oh, okay, I suppose I can." He sighs, puts it down. Elves always in here causing problems. Now I'm not going to be able to have enough money on hand if somebody comes out. Fine, 450 gold it is, but not a coin more.
Deal.
For future reference, I have a 15 charisma.
As he jumps down off of his stool, and you watch him as he sort of half walks, half waddles into a back chamber. He comes out with a rather heavy-looking iron box, and he sets it on a low table nearby, reaches around his neck and pulls out a key off a lanyard, and he unlocks the box, opens it up, and he begins to count out coins, and he takes your gems and your gold necklace, then he returns 450 gold to you.
Perfect. I take it, I thank him, and I go about my business. I go to the blade.
Okay. I am going to... Oh, he already took it off. Never mind.
Right. I'm updating the sheet as we go.
I like it. All right. So that probably took you all of about 30 minutes or so to kind of work your way through. So it is a little bit later in the morning as you, Biamba, was anything that you were there for, or you just as on a mission with Mulgar?
Pretty much just doing security, looking mean.
Okay. As you guys depart Renoir, anything that you wanted to do while you were there as well, or are you just going along for the ride as well?
Well, I'd like to buy some stuff at the blade, but the other question is we probably...
I already added the gold in. Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah, but you didn't change it to division, so now it still looks like it's divided by 5 for 92.
Oh, sorry.
I'll just erase it, and we'll do it all once you're finished.
Yep. Thank you.
Yeah, we'll have to buy food too, but we can go to the.
You like to buy what?
We'll have to buy food too, but right now we can go to weapons.
Well, you guys right here, this is building 7 is the trade store. You guys going to walk all the way across town to the weapon store and then come all the way back to here, or do you want to do it here and then there?
Oh, if the trade store is there right next door, I'll go to the trade store then, the general store.
Let's go there. Yeah.
Okay. You guys.
Hey, Modrin needs some food too. While y'all there.
As you step into the general store, you can see that once again Taggin is engaged with a couple of customers, and his assistant, which you have come to know as his cousin, a man by the name of Velor, is cleaning up and stocking some things toward the back of the general store. The tinkling of the bell goes off as Taggin sort of half raises his hand, waving to all of you, and he goes about back to the business at hand that he was discussing with this customer that is in there with him. Probably 5 minutes go by when Veller recognizes and sees you guys, and he stops what he's doing and comes over in your direction, dusting himself off. Hello, welcome back. I hope the gear that we have sold you before has served you well. How can we help you today, sirs?
This is your lucky day, my friend. I show him the leather working kit, and I say in the tools, and I say, you know what? I'm willing to trade with you 5 weeks of 5 iron rations for this leather kit.
As he looks at it, and he looks over toward Taggin and looks at you and looks back to Taggin. I don't know. Taggin doesn't really like me trading. He's more of a I would like you to buy something kind of a guy. But that is a very well put together. So how much I could buy this off of you? How much you willing to sell it for?
How much are you willing to give me for?
Oh, I don't know. I'm not very good judge of prices, but maybe 10 gold.
How about we call it 25?
25. Oh no, that's I don't make that much in a year. I'm sorry. I could not do.
You're underpaid then. How about 20? How about 20 and we call it done? So I don't want to haggle.
I don't. Let me. I really don't. I really don't think I can. But I can ask Taggin. He may say yes. Let me. Hey, Taggin. And he sort of walks over and he whispers, to him, and he comes back. He goes, I guess this is my lucky day. Taggin says I can buy it. 20 gold it is.
Okay. You know the house we're staying at up the road here?
I do not know. Which house is it?
Next to the observatory.
Oh, that old rundown abandoned one? Oh, you're living there?
Yeah,
oh
yeah.
I'm sorry.
What would it cost to put a roof on? I just need a roof right now.
Oh, I'd have to talk to a lumberer. But we usually get pretty good rates for getting wood in. If you want carpenters or whatnot, I can certainly have a carpenter
check it out and give me a price. Give me a price of what it's going to cost.
Okay.
For the roof.
Just for a roof. Now, are you wanting just?
And now I need.
Do you want anything special on your roof? You just.
No, just one that doesn't leak. The one that doesn't leak.
Those are the best kind, my friend, especially on a day like today.
Yes. Okay. Give me that price, and then I need 5 5 iron rations. What iron rations is a week?
Yeah, why don't we get
No.
25 as a group? That's 5 for everybody.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That'd probably be
So
easier.
yeah, iron rations are per day, right? And the only real difference between iron and regular rations is iron rations like beef jerky and nuts and stuff like that, as opposed to
They don't spoil in the damp
and
dungeon
they don't
environment.
spoil in the damp dungeon environment. You are correct. All right, so yes, absolutely. So whatever the book cost is plus 10%. So
the book says a week is 5 gold pieces.
Okay, so that means it's going to be 6 gold pieces for a week.
Okay, 30. I'll pay for that out of my own coin.
Okay.
All right. Do you happen to have a spear here? Oh no, you don't have a spear here. I was gonna say
They have some actually. When you look over, they do have short spears, but they're not like full long. So a short spear is kind of like poking somebody with a short sword, but it can be thrown like a regular spear. It doesn't have the reach. It doesn't have the reach of a regular spear, though, right? So like a regular spear, you can attack somebody behind. Like let's say Biamba was in front of you. A regular spear, you could jab somebody in front of Biamba. A short spear, you could not because it doesn't have the reach. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I'm short. I'll take one. How much?
Yeah. Whatever the cost of a spear is.
It says 1 gold.
And that's
1 gold. So 1 gold.
Yep, yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm taking off my character sheet and I am done. So I'll let somebody else talk.
All right. As you guys all depart, you wanted to go up to the captain's blade. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
That's building 15 up here.
I'm good. I just needed a spear, so I'm whatever they want.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm looking for a longer spear, hopefully.
Okay. So you depart and head your way along the vein, and eventually you arrive at the captain's blade. It's only like 10 minutes down the road. It's not like you had to go very far. But it is getting toward later in the day, toward lunchtime or whatever. But regardless, as you step in, you see this fellow. I can't remember if you guys actually went in here before, but I think you did. But it's the same fellow. This guy he stands upright. He has a well-trimmed beard it's sort of a dark brown, but he has the gray sort of streaks in it on either side of his beard, almost like he colors it that color to make him look more regal and sort of established. His hair itself is a dark brown, kept rather short. But he does have what looks to be a braided tail that comes down just past his shoulders. It's just you two. It's Mulgar, or no, it's Mulgar, Biamba, and Renoir. Any of you been to the free city of Greyhawk? I can't remember if any of you have been in there. I mean,
yeah.
I can't remember. I don't think Biamba and Mulgar ever went.
I thought that's where we came through from the up north. We went through Greyhawk and then came over to
you guys. I thought
Diamond Lake.
I thought you came across. No, you guys came across because Hub did the same thing. I think had come across divers because you guys came from the north and came down. Yeah, you guys never went down to the free city. You guys actually came from the north and came down through the mountains. But I'm pretty sure you guys never came through.
I think.
Okay.
I might have.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that and the reason I ask is because, let's put it this way: in the shop or in the store itself, you can see that there are various depictions and plaques and other such memorabilia on the wall that look to be from the free city. It's got the free city shieldings and markings on it. There's stuff up on the wall, like pictures and paintings of the free city. So apparently, whoever this guy is, you know his name to be Tyrol, Tyrol, Tyrol Eberly. You know him to be from that area, but I was just going to say, for those that didn't know, the braid that you see off there is actually sort of a faddish thing that some of the sergeant at arms and those that are of rank and station within the Greyhawk militia, the city militia, tend to do, right? So it's like, even if they're not wearing their uniform, you kind of know that they're militiamen and that they held some sort of a station, whether it's a sergeant at arms or a watch captain or something along those lines, right? So you get the feeling that's who this guy is or was, but he's a little older now, probably in his 50s. But as you step in, he has sort of a raspy bit of a voice as he greets you. And my friends, welcome to my shop. I am Tyrell Eberly. How may I be of service to you today? I have many fine blades at your disposal. Please browse and tell me what you are looking for, and I am sure we can make a great bargain.
I'm Renoir, cleric of Tritherion.
Welcome, brother.
I'm looking for a spear. And do you have any spears that might have been enchanted?
Oh, I apologize. I do not deal in weapons of that have been touched with the arcane. And that's not to say that I won't deal in them, but I typically don't go out looking for them. But if they happen to fall into my lap, I am more than willing to procure them. But unfortunately, no, I do not have anything that is touched by arcane at this moment, but I will certainly be on the lookout. For I know that they can come in handy with persons of your profession, as he sort of looks at Biamba and Mulgar with you, obviously knowing that you guys are of the adventuring sort. So, what brings you to our fair mining town? As you look around, and you can see there are several different spears, most of them all in the same style, plain, well-made, well-fashioned. You can see there are swords hanging up as well. There's a few halberds. As I said, swords of different types, both long and short. Two-handed, sort of hefted kind of blades and stuff. So very, very good mix of blades. And one last thing I should have mentioned, you can hear the hammering of metal on metal coming from the back of the establishment as the workshop, whoever is in there, the workshop is in full bloom, if you will, with the hammering and whatnot going on, manufacturing new weapons or whatever it is that they happen to be doing. Additionally, in here you can see there are bits and pieces of metal fashioned to replace pieces of armor. So, like if you were to have plate armor and you're missing some of the greaves, or maybe some of the boots, or some of the legging pieces and whatnot, some of those are available for separate purchase, as opposed to having to purchase an entire suit of armor. Basically, almost like repair kits, if you will. You can buy bits and pieces of armor. You can see gauntlets and helmets and other such things are presented in here, but by and large, the vast majority of items in here are bladed weapons, whether daggers, swords, of course spears, as I said. No bows, though. You don't see any bows or even arrows, which is interesting, but regardless, whatever it is you seek, he has here.
We have been exploring the Whispering Cairns and some of the surrounding mines, but I find myself in need of a weapon with a little more reach, something like a spear. I have come across this magical flail, and unfortunately this flail and I am not well acquainted with this weapon, and that's why I've been on the lookout for something that I am a little more proficient in, something like a magic spear to trade it with. Maybe if you come across something like that in the future, we can do some business.
Of course, if I come across a spear of an arcane nature, I will be happy to trade you for this finely crafted flail. I can take this flail off your hands right now if you so desire.
Unfortunately, I think I have to have the spear first. The magic weapons sometimes are extremely useful for certain creatures that are resistant to normal weapons.
Yes,
so
when I was
even
in the
though
Free City, we dealt with this quite often when a wizard would somehow conjure up a creature from the depths, and it required all of our arcane knowledge and weaponry at times to beat the beast back from whence it came.
So for today, I will keep it, but if you find such a spear, I'd be willing to make a deal. But for today, I still would like that weapon with a little more reach, and I'll just take one of your finely crafted spears here, and I'll kind of look for one that...
Yep. Okay. Sorry, go ahead. I was going to say,
Can
leads
you
you
use a
over to
spear?
where...
So interestingly enough, normally no, and I started out no, but there's a special Tritherian thing where
That's awesome.
the clerics get spears and broadswords.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Because we can do whatever we want in our campaign, can't we? It's our game, dude. We do what we want.
Yeah, had we figured that out before the first session, I would have been armed up with this right away. But whatever.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that was kind of my fault. I gave him some sort of lore and dogma regarding Tritherian, and we're running with it. So
I love it.
So you allow clerics to use whatever weapon that the god is depicted using?
Yes, I do.
More or less?
More or less, yep. And this one, I forget where I found it, but there was a great write-up on the priests of Tritherian that I found. And
yeah, it even talked about the priests carrying these weapons.
Yep.
The fact that they would actually be armed with spears and broadswords.
So
it makes
I have never been. I have been number one. I have never been of the belief that clerics can't use edged weapons, right? And I've also never really liked, and I'm glad they sort of went away from that in a sense. I've always believed that a paladin should be whatever alignment the deity that he follows is, right? So I know first edition paladins are all lawful good, but if you are a paladin of St. Cuthbert and St. Cuthbert's lawful neutral, you should be a lawful neutral. Or you could be lawful good because that's what the priests are. They're lawful neutral or lawful good. So I've always believed that. So that's kind of the two things where I diverge off of 1E and stuff. But yeah, we just wanted to run with it. We found it. I thought it was cool. It was a really great write-up. And so anything that you guys can pull into your character to make them your own, I'm hoping we can do that. So, all right. So you spend a little time searching through and you find just the right spear, has just the right weight. It feels really good in your hands. He tells you that it was fashioned from solid oak from a nearby grove, hand carved by my own craftsman, and it is well made. It's a nice spear. So with that, we will go to the character sheet of Renoir, and we shall find us a spear, a non-magical spear at that. The cursed spear, that'd be cool. Let's do that one.
That's an idea.
That's a bad idea. And I'm going to drop that, and we added, and it automatically added the proficiency. So you now have a spear on your sheet, sir.
Yeah, actually, you had already added the proficiency earlier. I've got a proficiency to spear and broadsword.
So, my friends, as you spend perhaps 20 to 30 minutes browsing through and finally finding a spear that fits your hands and feels comfortable, it is getting around the midday time frame. Anything else that you wish to do today? By this time, Modred, you are back at the house, and you are eyeballs deep in crafting the ink necessary to scribe your scrolls. And for the next couple of days, you're going to be buried down.
Couple of days or a couple of hours?
Well, a few hours, right? But the party, you're going to be. So here's the deal: like it only takes you a few hours to get the spells scribed in, but as part of your training over the next few days, you're going to be learning how to use the new spell you got, and learning how to cast these new spells you've scribed in, and kind of learning all of that. So that's where your time is going to be over the next couple of days, trying to. So anyway, as I said, anything else that you guys wanted to do with regard to that?
Oh, that was pretty much what I had. I wanted to get the spears, so, and the food.
All right. So, anything else anybody wants to do for the remainder of today, or is that it for the crew as far as their shopping and other stuff?
Aren't we supposed to go search out some cleric named Deglin?
There was, I forget what you guys were doing with Deglin. What, they didn't have to do it like the mines or something like that? I don't recall. Or healing, I don't recall exactly what it was. But yes, there is a priest of Juskar, and Juskar is very in tune with mountains and stone and stuff like that. And this priest Deglin recently set up shop here in town, dedicated to the priest Juskar. And he has a little bit of a dwarf follow, and so, or dwarf following, I should say, just because Juskar has to deal with stone and mountain. But I would have to
mine.
Yes, I would have to go back to. I'd have to go back and see, review the tape, so to speak, because I don't recall why you guys originally went to see him, but you ended up not seeing him and you went into town instead. So, but by midday, roughly around like 1:30, after you guys have finished all of your shopping and all of your errands, I guess, for lack of a better term, you guys all find yourselves back in your wet, dripping home as you spend the remainder of the day, I guess, unless there's something else you wanted to do. The remainder of the day is resting, recuperating, cleaning and fixing gear, whatever it is that you guys want to do while you're at the house, unless, again, if there's something that you want to do for the rest of today that you haven't already done.
Yeah, I don't think we're going running to the guard, right? We've kind of been warned off against that. So is there anything else you want to do?
No, just finish out studying my spells for today, and then take a little break.
Biamba, Mulgar, anything that you guys want to do for the rest of the day?
I'll just rest up and then probably go back to the mines once that's our rest and training's done.
Okay. All right. So probably
maybe we could. We've got all those miners that helped us out. Maybe we could buy weapons to them and have them overthrow the miners.
I do relay to them how long it's going to take for him to get everything identified, so we'll have some, useful equipment when we go back.
What do you tell them?
They said it was going to take 6 days to get everything done, and that it's going to come out of the cost of the owlbear, and that we better not die.
Right. About as you guys are just relaxing for the rest of the day, about 8 o'clock, late, almost 9 o'clock that night, your companion Hub comes staggering and singing through the door, singing some halfling tune, grumbling that his once perfectly groomed hare feet are now sloshed and stained with mud. I need me a water tub to wash and clean my feet. Somebody gonna help me? Who's got a tub of water that I can put my feet in and I can clean them and get them all straightened? Because I gotta make sure they look good for the people out in town. They've been looking and eyeing at me.
Are there any lakes nearby that I might be able to throw them into?
There is, in fact, Diamond Lake is called Diamond Lake for a reason. The lake itself, though, is all the way across town. You would have to carry them across town and throw them in the.
Yeah, that's not good enough. I'll have to build a trebuchet and we'll set them in that.
Okay. But
there's a well in the backyard.
As he mutters past you guys, going to find some place to flop down that's not wet, and goes to sleep. So if nobody has anything to do, we're going to just we can motivate through the next couple of days, giving me a general sense on what you guys are going to be doing over the next couple of days. I know, Modred, by the end of the day, you have your spells copied into your permanent spell book, and you have an additional scroll of magic missile.
And Ray of Enfeeblement, I believe it was.
Oh, you have that spell already?
Yes.
Okay. So let me grab that spell scroll for you, and I'll drop that on your sheet. Anything over the next couple of days outside training that anybody really wants to do? If not, like I said, we can just motor our way through the next couple of days. It won't be that big of a deal.
I got nothing.
Yeah,
I got nothing either, except for keeping tabs on the magic items and all that.
What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do with the gold and stuff that we already acquired? We're gonna hand that out.
Yep.
And
yeah, we should
Yeah,
do
we
that.
can do that.
Yep.
If you guys are okay with it, I want to take the 2 diamonds that are worth 100 each. I'd like to take that as part of my share, if nobody has an issue with that.
The diamonds?
Yeah, you got 2
The diamonds, yeah.
You have 2 diamonds appraised at 100 gold.
Okay.
How much gold do we have total right now?
Each person gets 226 if my math is right. So I want to take the 2 diamonds and 26 gold if you guys are okay with that.
I have no problem with that.
Yep. Fine.
Okay.
So give me just a sec.
Part of Mulgar's plot to take over the world.
How much gold did you say?
226 each.
So I am going to do this to Mulgar.
Still not enough for plate armor. Wah, wah, wah.
If you need a loan, I can loan you. How much do you need?
Well, at 10% more in town, I think it's probably going to be like 440, and I've got like 286 total. I'd be out of money. So
all right, I dropped 2 diamonds on Mulgar's character sheet.
Thank you.
You just need to add your 26 gold. So you just add your gold.
Okay. Well, let me see how much he needs. I can loan you. I can loan you up to 190 if you need it.
Well, I guess we could make like 180 work.
180?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll take it off my sheet. You owe me later.
All right. Let's write that down.
Go ahead and add 180 gold to your character sheet.
And I took it off mine.
And I'm going to require 250 gold pieces to be taken off of my sheet. So let me go ahead and do that. I'm back where I started.
And you might need less because you can probably sell your splint. Of course, it's a little dinged and bloody, so maybe they don't want it.
All right. Anything else that we need to get trade-wise or done before we try to move on from this?
Well, the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to where I can buy armor and get that plate armor then.
DM, did you happen to add the Great Fire to my sheet?
I have not. I don't know who had what or whatever the case may be. So
Yeah, I'd try to sell my bandit armor because might as well get that money out of that because I don't need it anymore and get plate.
all right. So yeah. So let's swap, and we'll just do that onto your sheet. You getting full plate mail? Is that what we're getting?
Yeah,
Is that what you said, Renoir?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You don't want the cursed one, right? Just want to make sure I'm grabbing the right one. All right. So
What is it? Plate mail and vulnerability? Is that the
plate
good
mail
stuff?
vulnerability. Yeah. All right. So are you getting rid of the other armor or?
Yeah, I'd like to trade in the bandit out mail. Yeah.
All right. So we'll just get rid of that. Ba-dink. And gone. So trading in, and you now have the plate mail, and the plate mail I think goes for 200 gold. Is that right?
I remembered 400.
Was it 400?
Let me check. Plate 400. Yep, 400.
Okay. All right. So how much is banded mail?
Banded mail is 90.
All right. So he'll give you 45 for the banded, and then he'll take that off the 400 for the plate. He'll give you 50% of the normal cost since it's beat up.
All right, so that would be 365, right? My math is correct.
Yep.
All right.
Yep. And I've already put the plate mail on your sheet, and your armor class is now -1. Look at you. Can't wait.
Now you get credit. Now every time you get hit, it's a critical.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and I'm actually going to take another 100 off my sheet, and I'm going to give 100 back to Mulgar, so I only owe him
60 or 80. Yeah. All right, Mulgar, if you have that, go ahead and put that 100 back. And he still owes you 80. All right, cool.
I overboard.
All right. Anybody else have anything that we need to cover for the rest of today or the next couple of days?
Did they come back to me with a price for the roof?
Not yet, because it's still the same day.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. Cool. All right. Anybody else have anything before I move us along? Because I want to make sure that we do something tonight anyway.
I'm good.
So the remainder of the day, as I said, you guys spend cleaning up and whatnot. Renoir, you managed to get your plate armor that you were looking for, and they deliver it to you in a cart because it weighs like 200 pounds. So rather than carry it across town, they deliver it to you. As you look through, all of the pieces are there. It includes gauntlets, and it is rather fine armor. It does take you about 10 to 20 minutes to get into it, though, even with some help. So just be aware of that.
Fair enough.
The rest of the day passes peacefully as the raging drizzle that began the day rages throughout the day, but toward later in the afternoon, as the sun begins to set, the rain starts to go away, but it picks up the following day. And the second day after that, it's not rainy, but it is rather cloudy outside. On the second day, you receive a message coming from Taggin in the general store. He believes that he can get a carpenter to completely replace the roof for 100 gold, but they can patch fix it for about 30 gold. So it's totally up to you if you want a complete new roof or you just want them to patch whatever is necessary.
I'm going to give them, I'll take 100 off my sheet right now. I'm going to pay for the new roof.
Okay. Over the next couple of days, you go and you speak with Taggin, and they fill out a contract with one of the local carpenters. A man and his two sons, they actually live on the edge of town, where they have their own little mill to form the wood and create shingles and other such things. But they will begin working within a couple of days once they get all the materials put together. So today is the 20th day. It is cloudy out, but the temperatures have dropped significantly after the rain come through and sort of melted a lot of the snow, leaving it kind of slushy from the winter and spring. But now it's cold, so the ground begins to get a little hard as the wind picks up slightly, making it rather miserable. But he said within 2 or 3 days from now, they'll be able to start work replacing your entire roof. Because you want the whole roof, it can't just be him and his son doing patchwork. So he's going to bring a couple of other guys with him. And he says they could probably get it done in about 3 days. So 2 days from now, they'll start, finish 3 days after, and you'll be money well spent as they thank you. So the third day, however, as you guys are all kind of settled in now, you've got yourselves settled in with the new it is the 21st of reaping. As I said, the temperatures have dropped outside, but today it starts to warm up slightly. And when you begin to go from colder to warmer, the fog begins to settle in the valley, and it is a thick fog. As you wake up in the morning and you look outside, the carpenter and his men are beginning to arrive. They with some mule carts with all of the wood and all of the materials and the nails and everything else that they need to repair your roof, ladders and whatnot, to get up to the roof. But it is a thick, heavy, soupy fog. And as they arrive, he steps up, and his name is Cumberson, Jacob Cumberson. As he steps up to you, Mogar, goes, "Friend, we are here to put your roof on. However, Taggin asked me to bring this to you. He says it was an urgent letter that the smartest man in town left with him, and he asked me to deliver to you." And you
wait, I'm the smartest man in town. So how would I deliver a message to myself?
I do not know. And he kind of looks at you.
I'll take the message.
He's looking at you like, I have no idea what you're talking about. But you see that it is a letter that is folded up and it's sealed in wax. But it is addressed to God, did we give you guys? We never gave you guys a name, so I'm just the adventurers of whatever. But anyway, it's just addressed to you guys. on the front of it. And like I said, it's like a big sheet of paper that's folded up like a letter, and it's got the four corners folded in, and it's just sealed and waxed. And he and his crew depart, and you can hear the clanking of them setting up the ladders and whatnot as they begin to work on repairing your roof. As you go back inside, it's about 8 o'clock in the morning, give or take. The sun has been up, but it's hard to see because it's like a thick fog outside. But it's light enough that you can. It's not so thick you can't see, but vision's maybe 20 feet.
Did they offload the cart?
Yes.
So the cart's empty?
Yes.
I go up to the guy and I say, how much would you charge me to rent your cart for a few hours?
I have no need of it, my good sir. If you wish to borrow my cart, I have no problem. Just I ask that you return it in the same shape in which you take it.
Okay, great. Hey, Biamba, come with me.
Okay.
I'm not pulling your cart.
No. He's got a mule. Hey, Biamba.
Me no mule.
Biamba.
Hey, before you guys do this, should we read the letter? Just saying.
Yeah.
Let's give him some
Let's
time
read
to come
the
back.
letter.
I don't want to read the letter. Now I'm interested in what you're doing.
Okay, sorry. Go about your cart business. Then we'll read the letter.
No. Let's read the letter. I got ahead of myself.
Hang on. I got somebody asking me a question from work. Sorry. I hate it when they bug me in the middle of the day.
Your coworker wants to know about the cart too.
Yeah.
He's curious.
Well, me and Biamba and I are gonna go up to the observatory and start taking the furniture out of that place and putting it in the cart and bringing it down here and putting it in our house.
That's an excellent idea. I like the fact that you have Biamba as your mule.
Well, I'm stronger than Biamba, but he's a barbarian. I keep thinking he's strong.
Nope.
It's gonna be like
He's mentally strong.
the British
The
Museum.
only thing that I can do that's really kind of cool is that I can horseback and arrow shoot at the same time.
Is Renoir stronger than Biamba?
Could be.
know. I'll say.
He's only got a 15 strength.
Oh, no, I've got a 14.
Oh, well, 15 is
Yeah,
good.
but with the barbarian, you're better off putting the good ones in the dex and the con to get those bonuses.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, strength really does matter for a barbarian, depending on how you're going to play him. I'm playing him more as a Mongol bowman than a actual barbarian.
Yeah, I understand.
So, what are you going to do with the cart? Sorry, I was typing.
We're going to go up to the observatory
Okay.
and start taking the furniture out of the observatory and putting it in the cart and bringing it to our house so we can have furniture that's worth a flip.
All right. That's fair.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. I liked it.
As you are going, Mulgar reminds you guys that there is a letter that you received from Taggin, and it's folded and sealed in wax, and it's addressed to you all as a group. We're going to wait for you guys to come back with furniture later on today, or you want to go ahead?
No, we'll read it. We'll read it first, just in case it's something pressing.
So you pop the wax seal. Did anybody check for traps?
First, I look at the seal. Is it ostrich symbol?
Is it what?
Is it what's his face's symbol?
Yes, it looks to be the same symbol used by Allustan, yes.
Allustan, yes. So we bust the seal.
Okay, you bust the seal, and the wax falls off and falls away, and the sheafs of paper unfold, and you can see that a letter has been scrawled, addressed to you all. It looks like it was written kind of quickly, although it is a little lengthy, but it was written quickly, and it says essentially, "To my esteemed friends, I pray that this finds you swiftly. It is with great urgency that I am writing this. While conducting my research, I have discovered something heinous and ancient in the ruins beneath Land's farm. I ask that you come quickly. I need your help, for whatever lays there may be key into unlocking the secrets and the problems that we find beneath our very feet. I pray, come quickly as you can and join me. I await your arrival. Your friend, Allustan.
He's supposed to be identifying our stuff, not doing research.
Is this a trap? Is this a trap? What do you guys think?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. Let's go see Alliston. Well, they'll have to furniture. I have to wait. Anybody? We need to take those ciphers to him too, before we forget.
All right, I'm a little skeptical here, but okay, I'm with you.
Yeah, he's telling you to go. So I know it's been a while.
The farm.
And we've been gaming. Yeah, Land's farm. That's where you buried the ghost kid. He's asking you to return there. He found something that was there that he went to check out, and he needed your help as soon as possible.
So he wants us to
go
to the farm and not to his house. Well, let's go to the farm then.
Now, what's the worst that could happen?
Yeah, what's the worst going to happen? All right. Here we go.
Yeah, you're right. The letter didn't blow up on us, so you're right. We're 5-5.
That's the way I was asking AD&D. What's the worst could
Just
happen?
a demi-lich.
All right. Where are we?
All right. Can I redo my spells for today then, since we may be going on an adventure?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I've got to do the same. Yep.
I'm going to study shape change and wish for today.
Okay. Ooh,
Well, there's certainly some wishing involved in that.
All right, as you guys hub leading the way, as you guys traipse across the company road along the north edge.
Can you grab my guys? I'm redoing these spells right quick.
Okay.
If you don't mind, please, sir.
I can move everybody.
I tell the guys we'll be back. Let's get this roof done. The weather doesn't look good.
As you guys travel back through town, takes you a while as you follow the roads that take you to town, and then as you get to the central plaza, you take the what's known as the vein and head out east along the vein, leading you out of town and heading up toward the Land's farm, passing by the smelting house. Even with the thick fog, the fog turns almost blackish here as the soot coming from the smelting house sort of settles out over the air and over the lake behind it, leaving the stench of oil and tar as the ore is smelted and the rock removed from the ore, leaving the metal behind it. You guys,
do I not have access to those new spells yet?
You should.
Okay, they're not in my list that I can memorize.
Because are they in your spell book?
I don't know. I was looking at my list where I can memorize my spells.
Yeah, I know that. But if you go, I think, did we put the spells? Did we put them in? Give me one of the one. Give me the spells that you're looking for. I'll look and see if they're in your book.
Burning Hands.
I think that's why. I apologize. I did not add them to your. I added the 2 scrolls, but I didn't add any spells that you learned. So we're going to have to take a couple of minutes here, guys. I apologize. Burning Hands. What's the next one?
Color Spray. And then Web.
said web.
Yes, sir. Sorry, guys.
You're good.
Now what I'm to do. See if I can't. I'm trying to do this so I don't. It's like it goes out of view and I can't drag the spell up. It's like, let's see, no, I'll do it this way. What's the other one? Did you already put one of the spells in the spell book?
Tried to, but it didn't go up. It's not in the book. I don't know where it went.
All right, so let's look here.
It's probably in a bag. Hold on.
Yeah, I bet you it went in the bag. Yeah, because I got web and yep, that's the one that's in there. Yeah, I actually only put burning hands in the. Oh, that's funny. Sweet. All right, so I took it
Crap, I
out.
don't even see the dang old thing.
Yeah, I got it. So I actually only put burning hands in your. Just trying to move them up the page so I can get to them. All right, so. All right, so I have web and burning hands, and the other one was color spray.
Yes, sir.
All right, so color spray is not in there, so I need to see if that one in the backpack. No, you accidentally dropped it in the scroll case. So,
huh.
Yep. Okay, so let's close that. What the heck? Scroll case should be in the backpack. All right, so we got read magic now. Let's see his color spray there now. Man, this thing is like really giving me a run for my money trying to figure this out. Yep.
Yep,
All right,
color spray's in there.
Yep, good to go. Whew. Took a while, but we got it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, the UI is a little wonky sometimes. So, all right. So, let me go back. I want to clear all this. So you got your spells. So you should be able to
Yes,
change
sir.
your
I'm working on
spells.
it.
All right. As you guys are moving out of town through the thick fog, I am going to need, if you would be so kind, either Biamba or Mulgar to give me a check to make sure you don't get lost in the wilderness.
Oh, would that be a tracking?
Like a tracking, yeah, it's a tracking kind.
Outdoor craft.
I would say do tracking would be kind of cool. Nice.
Succeeded by 76.
Nice. All right. As you are moving your way, you guys easily remember this trail. The Land's Farm, you recall, is only an hour or two along this road as you begin to wind your way into the hills north and east of Diamond Lake. The hills themselves swooping up to the right, the occasional ravine dropping off to the left as you wind in and out of the hills, knowing that eventually up ahead you are going to come to the Land's Farm. You get about you would guess maybe halfway there. As I said, you've got these ravines coming off to one side. You've got the hills swooping up off onto your right. When you hear shouts and cries coming out of the hills as you see several individuals wearing the garb dedicated to the god Hextor charging out of the hill to attack. And we are going to, if I can find it. There. This. Right. Let me put everybody in.
What'd you say they was wearing? What's their symbols? Hextor, you said?
Hector.
Yep. We will need to remove that guy. And I will leave Dogatu in there. Remove Hub because Hub doesn't attack and Hub doesn't. Good. As we begin our encounter, everybody roll for initiative.
Does the guy in the back look like a cleric or a caster? He looks different from the
actually, you
icon.
don't see him.
Oh, okay.
He's hidden behind the cart for right now.
Okay.
But you can see charging out of the hill these rigid-looking soldiers wearing tough armor, led by their captain or whomever he is. And in the distance, you can see a pair of individuals that have bows. Right. So, just for the record, Dogatu cannot go until it's your turn, Biamba. So Dogatu is going to go on your count of 5.
Good.
I need to just remove Hub from that. As I said, charging out of the hill.
Come get some.
Charging down the hill as he screams his war cry. And he... where is it? Might have been, yep, there it is. As he grabs his two-handed blade, swinging down upon, missing. He misses the elf. As you see an individual step out. To delay his turn because it was the wrong one. See if apologize. To this guy instead. This guy instead and add this guy. But you see him step out. Apologize, I had to do this on the fly because I put the wrong guy out there. I was like, oh crud. Fly here real quick. He's almost done, and good. All right. As he out, he's going to move up here. He's going to target here. As you watch, oops, why did it do that? That's kind of strange. Oh, okay. And there we go. One. Uh-oh. Oh, I gotta put this one hit point. Well, I gotta put this hit point back. We should have 40, right? Yeah. I actually had Mulgar targeted too, but he targets Biamba. Well, Biamba, what's your maximum? 50. So he only took 2 hit points. As you watch, as a cultist, you recognize wearing the deep robes of Vecna steps out from behind a cart in the distance, launches a spell as the missile streaks across the open ravine area, slamming into Biamba, not doing significant damage, but definitely getting your attention. As the other soldier charges down and takes aim at Dogatu.
Not Dogatu.
The dog too.
And your little dog too.
And he misses. How's that for combat for you? Misses a dog with armor class 6. Biamba, you are up.
All right. Verbally, I'm gonna say Dogatu, ball. Then I'm gonna take a couple shots of the arrow at this guy.
Guy.
The guy that just attacked Dogatu.
Okay. First arrow misses.
That's
Yeah, you need to
Was
target.
that a
him.
7
You need to
or a
target
9?
him. That's an
I did.
8.
I thought I did.
No, you did not. It's not targeted.
There it goes. Okay, got that.
Yep. So your second shot. Your second
That's
shot
a
hits. Nice. Oh, dude, that is a
that was
crit.
a crit.
That is a crit.
Was that a 20?
That was a 20.
No, does that? Yeah, I
Like
gotta
that.
change this to ×2, right?
That's what happens. If you
Yeah, you just roll it and add +6 to your damage. Because the arrow
Okay,
does
so
1d6, right?
Right.
Yes.
So just add the max damage to it. Yep.
So 2 + 6.
Well, you should have added the 6 too.
Oh, I should. Yeah.
That's all right. So I'll take another 6 off. As you catch him in the face. By the way, the map you're looking at, I put in the description of what I wanted it to look like, and my AI guy generated it for me.
Cool.
This is a custom map just for you guys.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
All right. Is that it for Biamba? Dogatu can go now. Dogatu can move up to his full distance, but he won't be able to attack. Unless you just want to keep him here. Actually, I take it back. He can attack this guy. This guy's close enough that he can move to attack. Because he's within 10
do
feet.
that.
Yep, he's within 10. So you should just open it up and do his bite attack. Make sure you target.
Oh. Yeah. Oh, come on now. There we go. Okay. Bite. Nope.
All right. As this guy. I'm just gonna roll a d6 to see who he's targeting. Actually, a d4. Attacking number 2. So in the order of here, that is 1. Attacking Mulgar.
I think these guys like me.
They do.
Maybe we can be friends.
Yeah. His first arrow misses. And his second arrow goes flying by and misses as well. I'm going to do one more. The critical miss also did not hit his partner. As you hear the guy in the middle, right over here, he screamed, "No prisoners, no quarter! They deserve what they get!" This guy charges down, bless you, as he attacks Biamba. Gets a +2 on his charge attack. He misses.
Oh, we like those now ones.
Telling you, man.
That one.
Dude, man, that's like the second one. As one of the other guys moves a little closer, taking aim at Biamba once again, this time with his bow. So misses on the first try. So misses on the second try. Because I can't hit diddly squat. Alright. Hit for him. Mulgar, you are up.
I can't hit either.
I like it.
Excellent.
Modred.
Modred he begins his magical incantation. Now, Nathrech. Ulfbus Bethud. Doch Yel Dienve. He reaches in the spell component pouch and pulls out a small collab of spider web, and as the last incantation of the spell is uttered, it just disappears and he casts web. Now it's got to pull it out. Let's see. Oh my goodness. So I cast it, right?
Yep.
Just hit the cast button.
Yep. All right.
Then I place the template.
Then you place the template.
All right. 5 feet per level, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Hold on, I'm still playing with this. Five, 10, 15, 20. Ah, crap. I don't know if I'm doing it right.
All right. Let me do this. Who are you trying to get? Because I got like
That guy.
I got 3 different spells dropped there, so I'm going to get rid of this one, and this one. So, who are you trying to get in the web?
Well, I would like to get that guy and that guy if possible, but it says it's just 10 by 10.
Yeah. That's
Spell back here. Which ones are you trying to get?
you're right.
That guy and that guy.
Well, you're saying that guy, but there's like 8 guys on there, right? So you have to click and like click and hold, so it does that, or you have to just target the ones you want. All right.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
That's gonna end up
So that
gonna end
means-
up getting yeah.
Yeah. So Dogatu could end up in that. So
You're going to stop us from getting to them.
We go around them. I won't do that again, y'all. I was thinking I had a little bit more range on that spell.
10 by 10 area of effect cubes. To see where it says. Anchored on both sides, forcing the walls up and skulls. So the area of effect is 80 cubic feet between 2 anchored points. So I would say there's rocks and everything there that could be anchored points. I guess we could go with that. And 80 cubic feet is literally a what? 10 by 10 by 10 is 100, right? Is that 100 cubic feet? Or 10 by 10 or something like that? Or 10 by 10?
About 9 by 9, because that would give you 81 cubic feet, right?
Yeah, well, that's square feet, 9 by 9, but now you got to go up high.
Oh, cubic. Yeah,
right? It's so it says 80 cubic, a range of 5 feet per level, 80 cubic feet between anchoring points. So let's do this. If I have, sorry, this is the math part that gets me, and I'm a math guy. If I have a 10 by 10 area, how high do you get 80 cubic?
So, wouldn't it be just two 10-foot cubes?
So to achieve a volume of 80 cubic feet in a 10 by 10 area, you need a height of about 10 inches. So essentially 80 cubic feet, yeah, 80 cubic feet, since if it's a 10 by 10 square, then it can only be like a few inches high, right? Because 80 cubic feet, so what equal sides would make 80 cubic? So if I have in order to get 80 cubic feet on all sides equal, it would essentially have to be about 4.5 feet per side. That would give you 80 cubic feet inside. But what most people do is they sort of stretch it out, right? So yeah, so we could say 10 by 10, that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. So you can get like this guy here or this guy here. I will say you could get both of them, but to do so, you're going to get Dogatu stuck in there if you want to still do that.
Yeah, I don't want to waste a spell. I'm going to do that. Dogatu can fight that one guy right there.
Okay, so let me recast it. And then I'm going to place the template. Oh, is this thinking? It's thinking that it's like, it's thinking that those are like a 10-foot square, but it's not. That should only be a 5-foot square. So this could be my fault. Let me check my map dimensions here real quick. I may have, that's why I screwed that for you. So that's why. So I'm going to once again revoke this, and I apologize to the stream folks watching for this cluster because I thought I set it up so it was 5 feet squares, but it set it for 10. So now that's on 5 feet squares. So now let me go back to Modred. We will redo the casting, and now maybe we can get it right. Cast, place the template. There we go. I know it shows Yambe, but he's not. And effect web L here, target and effect web. Those two guys. Target. We got them all 3. So I just need to take one off. Yes. Yes. Deselect. And again, I apologize it took so long to do this, but I didn't realize why it was doing what it did. Alright, so that is it as the 2. Now I do actually supposed to get a save versus spells, right?
Yeah, if you save, they're half out of it. If they don't save, they're fully stuck.
Alright, so he failed. Do you want to do Dogatu's save?
Sure, I guess. What do you want me to roll? A 20?
No, you just double click on a sheet and click save versus spells.
Oh.
Go to his sheet, go to the attribute one, which looks like the bell bar, and then click spell.
Saves. Okay.
And all 3 failed, so all 3 are stuck within the web. I apologize it took so long to get through that, but we got it. Renoir, you are up.
I'll be right back.
All right.
All right.
What did he roll? I couldn't see it.
Finishes casting to his god. And casting bless. There's the cast. Now I got to do its effect bless duration, right? That's the one I do.
Yep.
Need target to apply.
Yeah, you're gonna have to target your companions or whatever to apply it.
All right.
You good there? You ready? There we go. Look at there. Everybody has bless. All right. Is that it for you, Renoir?
I'm going to move a little bit to the right here and kind of block off our wizard.
Okay. Make sure that you guys make sure you deselect your companions as we go into the next turn. All right. Waiting for you guys to roll your initiative. I guess we can wait till Modric can do his when he gets back. All right. You watch as the cultist once again steps out from behind as a bolt of energy blasts into the priest of Tritherion, blasting him with a magic missile as the energy slams into your brand new plate armor, knocking you half a step back, but worse than that, you now have a dent in the chest plate of your armor.
Not a scratch.
Beyond
No.
Okay, I'm going to take a step to the right. And I'm going to target so-and-so. And see if we can get ourselves a couple of hits.
I think you can. Oh, nice.
So, go here. And all the damage. 1. Yeah.
I love it.
That's how it usually works.
But you
That's how
get
it
another
usually
shot.
works.
You get another shot.
Yeah.
And another hit. I guess it helps if you've got armor class 10.
2!
Hey, all right. One at a time, man. I like it. Anything else for Beyond?
No, he's gonna step back to where he was, so he's got some blockage. Can the wolf retry to break free, or is that how does that work?
So yes. Well, no. I think when you fail, you're stuck. I don't think you're allowed to try again every turn. Let me. I apologize. I should know the rules for this. It's like one of the biggest spells that are used, but I get so confused between the different editions sometimes. So for web, a maximum of 80 cubic inches, and the webs must be at least 1 inch thick. So amass four. Interesting. Yeah, 80 cubic inches is essentially 80 cubic feet. So it has to be 4 feet high, 2 feet wide, and inch deep. Creatures with less than 13 strength must remain fast until freed by another or the spell wears off. For every full turn entrapped by a web, a creature has a 5% chance of suffocating. Creatures with strength between 13 and 17 can break through 1 foot of webs per turn. So yeah, so essentially he's stuck there. But he's close enough that he can attack the guy next to him to try to hit. So
then I'll try to do that.
Okay, go ahead and do his
Just
attack.
bite?
Yeah, just a bite.
Is there a modifier?
No. Nope.
Nope, you missed.
Nope. All right. Okay, as this guy comes charging down and he stops right near and he chucks a spear at the cleric of Tritherion. And of course, it goes flying past him, right over his head.
It gets stuck in the web.
Yeah.
The spear gets stuck in the web. I'll take that later.
Yeah. All right, as he misses. As this guy here is stuck in the web, but he's close enough to Biamba to jab at him with his spear. He misses, of course.
I thought they had broadswords.
They do. They have swords, and they have swords and spears. He'd take out his dagger too, but you know. As this guy is just close enough to take a swing at the Mulgar.
We're not going to be friends.
He tries to stab you with a spear. Hey, he hits Mulgar with a spear. And a crit! Ha ha ha!
That's impressive. Webbed up and he still got me. This guy's good. Got to recruit him.
For
they're
12 hit
max.
points of damage.
Ouch.
Max damage.
Sir. As he bites through the web, grabs a spear, and stabs at it, and just somehow, luckily, pierces you in the perfect spot, impaling into your abdomen as the pain rushes through your body.
Was not nice.
You feel free to move about the cabin. Your turn, sir. Mr. Mulgar.
Well, I need to return the favor.
Or not. You do have a 20, by the way, and that 20. If you want to
We're
use
getting towards the end. Let's just use it.
Okay. Go ahead
He's held. Shouldn't he be at a negative?
Actually,
AC?
yeah. So let's before you do that, yeah, you missed by 3, and you get a +2 to attack because they're stuck in the web. So you technically missed by 1. If you want, you can either use your crit, or you have 2 points to use if you want to use 1 point to actually just make it a regular hit. Your call.
Well, I think this is probably our last combat anyway, so let's just use the nat 20.
By the way, is anybody keeping an eye on the channel? Did anybody else get any more? I don't think we have.
No, that was
No, I
it.
haven't seen any. No.
Yep, he's the only one. All right, nice. As
I'll do it.
you take him down. Whoever's got him targeted, make sure you deselect him.
I think the web's got him. I'm not targeting him anymore.
Well, Dogatu is as well.
If I must do things to do things myself.
As he comes charging down. Targeting Biamba. Hit Biamba. 2 hand. Biamba suffers a whopping 4 hit points of slashing damage. The arrower takes aim at Biamba as well. And the first arrow misses. And the second arrow misses. These guys are not
He's
good.
also, he's shooting into melee, and he's supposed to be.
I've already got things figured, so we're good.
Okay, all right.
And that's it for him. This guy get a little better angle. Getting Mulgar from a distance.
Webs will protect me.
Both arrows go flashing past. Man, these guys can hit. Renoir.
All right, it's time for the moving shield to move into position.
Yeah, so you know that's all. Yeah, I was gonna say there's all kind of web up there, but yeah.
Yep, we're not going that way.
Okay.
I forgot we had the +1 blessed too.
Yep.
It should already be included in your. It should have already put it in the attack roll.
Oh. All right.
When you've got the effect on there, it should.
Cool.
Wah, wah, wah. 2. 2. Guess it wasn't a 1. Could have been a 1.
Getting better.
Moving up.
Yeah, it shows on here with bless. It says system mods attack value add 1, so the attack value should add 1 to it. We'll just make sure it shows. Yeah, it's there. Yep.
Yeah, there was no help in that too.
Yeah, there's no help in that too. No, I agree. All right.
Well, if you get a +1 for every 20 episodes, what do we need to get to? About episode like 400, and you'll be hitting everything.
Yeah.
Modred, are you back yet?
Yeah, I'm back.
Yeah, you never rolled initiative, but it's your turn.
Okay. If it's okay, I'm just going to cast Magic Missile.
Yep, absolutely. Go ahead and target and cast.
Take out that slinger who's hitting us in the back with magic missiles.
Oh, I guess that was initiative that I rolled.
Yeah, that's all right though. I got you. Just go ahead and do cast.
Yeah.
Just make sure you're targeting somebody. Okay, there you go. Go ahead and do your damage. You get 2 miss. No, you're still 1, right?
Yeah.
Third, 5th level.
No,
You get
2
2.
missiles.
Is it? Oh, every 3rd.
I've been using 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's at first level, 3rd level, and 5th level. So you
Okay.
get, if you're at 3rd level, you get
Gotcha.
2 missiles.
Okay, cool. Gotcha.
You targeting?
Oh, max damage.
Oh, there you go. That's
Nice
the way to
shot.
roll.
Damage.
Thank
Nice.
you, sirs.
Nice.
Who did he target?
That guy in front of Renoir.
Yeah, the sergeant at arms or whatever that came charging down.
Oh. Yeah. Okay.
The guy who actually has a decent armor class that I can hit.
Yeah.
No,
All right.
not with the 2 anyways.
All right. Back to the top of the order. Everybody roll for initiative.
Now that I'm in melee, I'm gonna have to go with sword.
I roll a lot of 9s for initiative.
Yep.
Yeah, so do I. I think there's a pattern
All right.
here.
Biamba. You're up.
All right, I'm gonna hit that dude next to me if I can.
Nice.
See if I can do some damage.
Nice. After the magic missile slams into him, he's stunned for a second, leaving him wide open as you thrust forward, impaling him on your blade, dropping to the ground. All right.
I softened him up for you guys.
Yeah.
It's the cultist. Blasts a massive magic missile slamming into Biamba for 3 force damage. And you guys watch as the sergeant at arms drops. The soldiers look around, and the 2 up top begin to slowly move backwards, and the cultist of Vecna disappears behind the cart, apparently retreating as well. Modred. Nice.
How do I roll damage? I gotta use my sheet for that, don't I?
No. If you look in the chat, there's a thing that says damage underneath your hit roll. You just have to hit that.
Chat.
Upper end of screen.
Nice. You hit him for 4. Nicely done. That soldier.
Pretty bad when the magic user's like out hitting the ranger and player.
I got some good ability scores, dude.
Tries to stab at Biamba, but misses miserably. Renoir, you're up.
All right, I'm going to move forward here, staying out of the web here, following where that other guy came in, and take an aim at this guy.
+2, don't forget. I don't know if it'll automatically apply it, but...
Oh, 20!
As a crits! As he crits! Tritherion is smiling upon him at last. That is awesome.
All right, so I add a extra 7 to this, right?
No, 6. It's the base damage, not the additional plus. It's just the base 6 d6.
Oh, no, it's a mace. It does 2 to 7.
I know it's 2 to 7, but when you do the damage, it's only the 6 damage that gets critted. It doesn't crit the additional +1.
Okay. I don't think it'll matter.
Nice.
Woohoo!
As you slam into him, dealing the justice Tritherian has been saving up for you for all these long days.
Weak.
As the individual up top turns to flee and goes charging in the distance, rounding a bend out of sight.
Back, you coward!
As this guy steps across, aiming at Renoir, bringing his blade to bear. But he misses, of course. Why not? This guy is not going anywhere, however. He takes aim at the now open magic user in the back. First arrow. Oops. Let's see what those were. Oh, that's why. I think they both hit.
One was a 2.
Well, I'm looking. It says it hit by 2. So I'm looking the first, because the first one it actually, because it was targeting Renoir as well. So, but that one didn't mean to target him. So that didn't. And yeah, so the one shot missed, and the other shot hit. So 3 hit points of damage to the magic user as one of the 2 arrows strikes home.
Hey DM, my armor class should be 5 with that ring. I don't know how to make it added in there.
It should automatically. Let me look and see. Oh, because well, yeah, the reason that it wasn't is because you got it carried but not equipped. Now that I've equipped it, your armor class is now 5.
Okay.
But it hit armor
Good job.
class. Yeah, you have to equip an item for it to be affected. But regardless,
Get that ring out of your pocket. What do you think you're, a hobbit?
Precious.
And this guy, after his shooting, turns to leave as well, but he can't move as far because Dogatu's already gone. This guy's need to remove him. Mulgar.
How much this hill here on the right? How much is it going to slow my movement?
So going into that, I hate to use the term for 5e as a difficult terrain, but your movement's 120. Once you get into this grasses and rocks, for every 5 feet of movement is equivalent of 10. So
I want to go here. So if I went here, here,
so
here, 17. So that would put me at 17. So that's actually going to be 34.
Yeah, let's say 30 feet to here. It's 30 feet of movement to here, and then it gives you an
that's what I'm going
to 90 feet.
90. Okay. So why is it not letting me move? What am I doing wrong?
You're still. There's a D20 floating around you.
You are actually, so that's 30. So you're still on measurement. You're not on movement. You're still on the little thing that's showing measurement.
How the heck what do I do?
Over on the left-hand side up top.
There it goes. Okay. Still there. What the heck? I thought I moved it.
Pull out your bow and shoot him.
No. Okay, select token, so that should be right. I'm going to get right up next to him. And that'll be all my movement.
Yep.
He wants an attack of opportunity when he tries to run away.
No, I'm not going by him. I'm right next to him.
That's what I mean. When the guy runs away, he wants the attack of opportunity. You want the attack of opportunity.
I see what you're saying. Yeah. All right, cool. All right. As we go back to the top of the order, everybody roll for initiative.
Did mine not roll?
It did.
Okay.
Yamba, you're up.
Skirting the web, I'm just gonna step forward here and target that guy.
Wait.
Very good.
Nicely done.
Right. This down here.
All right, is that it for Biam? As
Yeah,
another one bites
probably.
the dust. Renoir.
All right, I'm gonna take 60 feet of movement, and let's see how far we can go.
That's close enough. 60, 61, close enough. I am going to say you're within range of him. If you want to use
Okay.
your spear.
Yeah, but
How did you do it? I did it with my spear.
All right, that's it. I moved my full movement, so I don't think I can swing this turn. So.
Yeah, you're correct, because you're not the fighter type, so you don't get a charge. All right. Dogger 2 is stuck. Mulgar Stargazer, you're up.
Hoping you take him out. Let's see. How far? Can I see the other guy? Or is he too far down the
he's
road?
down the road around the bend. You're not sure.
Really wanted to be
If you
there.
want to take an action, if you want to take your turn to listen instead of combat, you can.
Oh, I'll miss. Oh, I hit.
Look
Wow.
at there.
Nice.
That's pretty incredible.
We're all hitting tonight.
Well, let's not go crazy.
Except for me.
Oh, do I still have it? No, that's right. Okay.
Oh, nice.
Did you take him down? Taking down the last that you can see of any cult members or anything in this area.
Would have liked to get that back, my guy.
Modred.
Well, I'm not going to waste my spell and nothing I can see, so I'm just going to hold off.
Okay.
Get like Dogatu out of the web.
Yeah, can you just place the web now?
Can I,
That's
yeah, can I
useless.
dispel my own spell?
Sure you can.
Dispel my spell.
Did I see Renoir critical, by the way, earlier?
Yes, it was
Okay.
it was Tritherian's own miracle.
I'm going to walk up to him and poke him. I think he's a doppelganger. I'm going to poke him.
Ow!
Hey, make sure that cultist ain't behind that wagon.
As I holler up the hill.
As you work your way slowly to poke your head around, you see that the cult member is missing. He is not there, but you hear the sound of clattering stone from coming down around the bend a little bit there, Mulgar. The road here, although it goes off the map, the road here goes for about another maybe 30 feet, and then it goes around a bend, and you hear the clattering of stone coming from down around the bend.
Okay, I'm going to get here, get in a nice position, get my bow out, and prepare to fire.
All right. The sound of clattering stone begins to fade in the distance, and you realize the clattering stone is not clattering stone. It is the sound of horses' hooves on stone.
Oh, that's disappointing.
Have we changed order yet? Or
Yeah, combat is over.
wow. Well, like we could run after them.
Yeah, I'd like to at least look to see if they left horses behind, because
Okay.
apparently only 2 guys escaped, and
Okay.
let's see if the guy.
While they're doing that, I'm gonna search these bodies.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. While you guys go down around, you see that there are. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 2 horses remaining around, and they are loosely lashed to a partially collapsed tree on the road. It's not on the road, it's collapsed off to the side, but they've lashed around a branch sticking off this partially collapsed tree half growing in the side of the hill. Searching through the rest of the members, on the one who is the apparent leader, you find 20 gold coins, and on just him, and you find a total of 20 gold coins on the remainder of those soldiers who attacked you.
So 20 total on the rest of them?
Yes. Now,
so 40 altogether.
Yes. In addition to that, every one of them has a bastard sword. Every one of them has a spear. The two, or the one that's dead up by Mulgar, has a bow that has 8 arrows left. So you can just document that, and I'll drop it onto whoever wants it on their sheet.
I'm going to take the long spear. I'm going to replace my short spear with the long spear.
Okay. So you know
Yep,
So
and we'll just
we got 4 bastard swords, you said?
Yes. 4 bastard swords and 4, actually, yeah, 4 bastard swords, 4 spears.
Long spears?
Yeah.
Any usable armor?
All of them, let me see. The armor that they were wearing is a chain-like armor. It's not full chainmail, but it's like chain shirts and stuff like that. But they all wear similar type of armor.
I guess we can be loot goblins and load up as much as we can on these 2 horses.
Why not?
So, just do 4 suit or 4 chain shirts, 4 spears, sorry, 6 chain shirts, 4 spears, 4 swords. Those are bastard swords if you didn't already document it. And then
Yeah, I did.
3 long spears and a short spear. I took one of the longs.
Well, I'm just document what we're saying, and then
Oh yeah, I got you. Okay.
So, 4 bastard swords, 4. Damn it, 5. I keep forgetting about the sergeant. 1, 2, 3, 5 bastard swords, 5 spears. The 40 gold total. The 4 chain shirts. The
Said 6 before.
Yeah, 6. Sorry, I was thinking that the those guys in the bows and arrows didn't have them, but they had leather, but they don't. They have chain.
Okay.
Yeah, so
and
6,
8 arrows and
6,
a longbow, or
yes.
what kind of bow?
Yeah, it's a longbow and 8 arrows.
Hey y'all, the 40 gold pieces comes out to 8 gold pieces a piece. Go ahead and just put 8 gold pieces on your character sheet, and we'll
Okay.
not have to worry about that.
I'll do that for Hub then. As Hub comes back, what'd I miss?
You missed loot opportunities.
Renoir, I wouldn't mind a healing spell if you would so kindly spare one.
Some of us are down. Yeah, I'm down 8.
I'm down 12.
Or 9. I'm down 9. Yeah. Oh, I got first aid. I can give 1 point of first aid for everybody. Oh wait a minute. Dude, yeah, we would have cleaned that. We would have. Damn it! I didn't say though. I didn't tell it.
That's
say
okay.
We did that while we were.
That's all right. That's fine. It's an understood kind of a thing.
Thank you.
All right. Yamba, you need some as well, right?
Yeah, I'm down too. But if
you got the additional,
he's down.
I put 1 more for you there, Mulgar, because you got the additional.
Thanks.
Forget me without extra.
Reroll again.
Reroll 1s.
All right.
So actually, just roll a D8, and we'll add the additional to them. That way, you don't have to cast the spell again. So you get
2.
one more.
I see we're back to the normal rolling. So I'm
You're at
going to cast
43.
another one.
Okay. I'll laugh. It's a 1.
That's
Nice.
more like it.
7. Yes. Thank you.
All right, is everybody good, or do we need to do more?
Well, I think we're okay. Unless somebody else is hurt. I think I'm down like 8 or 9. I'm okay.
I was down a few, but not. I don't think so bad that it's going to affect anything at this time.
For some reason, my bless doesn't show as cast.
That's all right.
I got 16 hit points. I'm down from 19
because it should be used.
Oops. I accidentally cleared it. You're going to have to.
Yeah, I'll just cast it.
I think you already. I accidentally cleared the thing, so.
It says that's out of resources, so it's not letting me cast it, so that's fine.
Yeah, I think there was. Didn't we have this issue
uncasted,
before? But let me. There, I toggled it.
There we go.
I toggled it because it's weird that sometimes it'll show that it didn't cast, but anyway. So, as you guys, and now don't forget to document, you have 2 riding horses.
Why didn't we bring our other horses? We already have horses.
I didn't realize I don't remember you guys having them.
I don't have a horses. I never have
remember,
a horse.
I got 3 toes.
Yeah, I think 2 of you have horses. I think.
Yeah, I think you're the
I'm
only one with horses. I don't have one.
I know I had a horse.
I don't think y'all rode them because everybody else was walking, so you left them.
Yeah, I definitely.
That's a story. We'll stick it to it. All right, so you have. All right.
So now we got a total of 4 horses.
Yep. So what do we want to do? We're going to continue on to Land's Farm?
Yeah, we need to.
Yep.
Or was it just a trap because these guys were laying in wait, obviously?
Yep, that's possible.
Oh, it was definitely a trap.
To you. Do you want to go and check?
Let's spring the trap.
Yeah, I think we have to at least make sure that it's
okay.
How far is it?
It hasn't really.
You guys are about another hour away.
Okay.
So you continue, and eventually you guys find yourselves once again at the place you knew so well, where you went to. Sorry, because I had taken. As you guys arrive once again at the Land's Farm, you see something that bothers you as the grave site where you buried the young boy's bones. Not only are his graves dug up, but the graves of his parents and sister are dug up as well. And that, my friends, is where we are going to end tonight's game.
Yeah. Good job, y'all.
And oh, by the way, no sign of Allustan.
Yeah. Well, that's good to know. Would have sucked though if we turned around and he actually was here.
Right? Well, first of all, I apologize for some of the in-game stuff that went on. That was my fault. I apologize. Been a very busy couple of weeks at work and things going on with the fam, so was not able to be completely 100% prepared, but appreciate players and folks watching being a little bit understanding with getting through, and so hopefully next week will be better because I'll be more prepared because I won't have all this crap going on, because the project I've been working on that was supposed to go out today actually is going out tomorrow. So at least it didn't interrupt the game tonight. So anyway, appreciate you guys hanging out with us. We're going to find somebody to bounce over to. Hopefully you guys will hang with us at least for a little bit as we go to bounce and find somebody over. So I'm probably Let's just go. Yeah, I haven't. It's interesting. I haven't seen Darling Creepshow on in a while. She's been like having issues or whatever. But we're gonna bounce over to Game Master Eric. Hopefully you guys will hang with us. It'll only take us a minute to get over there, and I would appreciate as the more the merrier. So, oh, it's interesting. It's not going to let me. Oh, there it is. I was like, why is it not showing me? There we are. Gotcha. We're going to bounce over to Eric. At least we get love back from him when we get over there. So I appreciate everybody hanging out with us tonight. Next week we will continue the saga as our party continues to try to figure out what the heck is going on. As I am assuming they're getting ready to make their second foray into Dourstone Mines, and let's see how that goes this time. As last time went rather well, but now will they be expected? You're going to have to come in next week to find out. But in the meantime, just remember, in a world you can be anything you want. All we ask is that you be kind. See you next week.
Thanks, everyone.
Appreciate you guys.
Catch him.
No, had fun.
It was a good time, man.
Because he's supposed to move 10 feet.
I'm glad we were able to get everything done, and I still got my combat in, and it ended perfectly. So I'm loving it.
Everything is so stylish.
All right.
Nice, right?
I taught you
Appreciate you
All
guys.
right, well,
I'm gonna bounce.
hope your business or your business stuff frees you up a little bit.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's I am a release master, so anytime they have releases, I could be the one that they ask to get the code released. And a lot of times it does happen on Monday. It was supposed to be a release today, but we ran into a late issue, so we put it off till tomorrow, so that kind of helped. Usually, I can get a game in and still make the release, because they don't normally release until midnight my time. But sometimes they do early releases like 8, 9 o'clock, and it's like right in the middle of the game, so I can't play because of that. Anyway,
I'm more like a nap master.
What's that?
I'm more like a nap master. The afternoon nap.
Yep, exactly. That's me. So, all right, I'm gonna bounce to fillers. I appreciate you guys tonight. It was fun. Hopefully, we can do it again next week.
Roger that.
Absolutely.
See you next time.
Good game, everyone.
All right, see you.
See ya.
Good game, y'all.
The second one go through? Yes. Yep, both of those hit, dealing 11 plus 15, so 26 damage. Very good. Anything else from Eris?
No, that's it.
Alright, the start of this creature's turn, it rolls a wisdom saving
Guardians.
throw.
Ah,
16.
didn't win that time.